So to catch you up on where we're at, and yeah, am I right in thinking, did I get that right, Duncan Vlamsbelang? Last week we did the Brass Citadel. So to give you the whole thing, we've been in the city of Nekataka probably about 2 months in real time, but about 7 or 8 sessions doing each of these regions. At least a first pass through. Don't doubt, as the capital city of the whole region, we'll be back here in the future. Last week we managed to get all of the Brass Citadel done in one. We finished up the Sacred Stair and the Hanging Sepulchres, and Izir the Barbar, the Baratheon. We've done the Brass Citadel. The Gullet. This is the poor region. So we've got to go over here and we've got to find Delver's Row and the Black Market and do a bunch of other things in there. So we've got our party. Oh, glitchy sounds is because it's tabbed in and out. Right, let me just quickly reload. Just in case it's my voice. OBS does not like you tabbing in and out very much with Okay, so we'll head to the Gullet. 57 in-game minutes with the Indiana Jones red thing. Oh yeah, it bipped for a second because I'd had it in pause in the background the entire first half, because this game does have a very long initial loading time. To actually start it from your save, it front loads just about everything. So when I used to just boot it up after I'd finished, it would take like 4 or 5 minutes, which is a lot of dead air time when you're streaming. So I kept it tabbed out, but it meant that the audio had to catch up for a second. It should all be fine now. Yeah, Vlamsbelang and the second. The other one is NVR, if I remember. They're not especially. That was what's his name? They're anyway. I remember the political parties. That's I think a lot of it in Flanders is very much the preference for Flemish independence is getting stronger and stronger, because those particular groups also sort of use that as part of their thing. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Quest updated, trade secrets, travel to the Gullet and locate Delver's Row. I'm okay, busy. And Inkyria, citizen Inkyria, how you doing, my dude? Busy with starting my life. Oh, sorry, your message is cut off there on my text. Starting with your life what? I'm pretty good. Let's see. You leave the bustle of the crowds behind, making your way along the winding path into the Gullet. Let me just give you some flavour text of that. The Gullet. Colloquially named the Gullet, the slums of Nekataka are home to both the Roparu caste of the city's Huana, as well as a myriad colourful and unsavoury figures. Built in a great chasm in the heart of Nekataka, it's where much of the city's refuse, literal and figurative, comes to rest. For a time, the path ascends the mountain. Even so, the cramped walls and run-down Huana buildings close in around you, obscuring your view. You come to a dark passage cutting through the mountain, just wide enough to accommodate a wagon. The path here descends steadily into the rock face. After a lengthy journey through the dimly lit tunnel, you come to the gates of the Gullet. The stench hits you first, a foul mixture of rot, stale air, and bodily odours. You notice a guardsman pushing a cart heaped high with mouldering food, some of which must account for the smell. Ahead, the homes of the Gullet emerge as a collection of lights amidst the darkness. You hear a rush of water below, and a frigid breeze wafts up from the unseen depths like an exhalation. Oh, wow.
Please, I did nothing.
Botaru. You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk toward a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
Overseer Hitenga. The warrior casts a meaningful glance at a woman standing a short distance away.
Let him go!
She screams at the guards, but she doesn't dare approach. The man notices her. His face lights up with shame.
Bia, I'm sorry.
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
Ishi,
What the-
down. Adair, what are you hiding in your pack?
The guards drag the Roparu into a metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles the bars as it is lowered over the edge of the platform. Eventually, his screams are lost to the depths.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
Damn. Well, that was one hell of an introduction to this place. Well, let me just catch up. Oh,
What
also,
crime could he have committed to deserve such a fate?
New
Be
task,
careful.
all aboard.
The Gullet is no place.
The Gullet's no place for outsiders. And difficulty, regular... Oh, I guess it's just a task. That'll be my task list. I'll just read the chat in a second there, folks. Let's just catch up. What's this called? All aboard. Okay, it's at our level. I witnessed what looked like an execution. A man was dragged into a cage and lowered into a deep ravine. But he disappeared. But before he disappeared, he called to a woman named Biha. So find Biha in the Gullet. Okay. So we've got a new task of being here. Also correct the NVR of the party, who only blames other people and themselves. If you're not with them, you're against them. At the end of their speech a few hours ago, they started singing the Vlamslier. It scared the crap out of me. It felt a lot like it ended up in Germany in the 1930s. Yeah, I remember the insanity of all the political parties in Belgium. I don't miss that very much. Yeah, time is definitely too fleeting. I'm busy with the holiday weekend. Of course, yes, in the States, what is it? May Day weekend is the start of summer. I was watching a clip of the Colbert show and he was talking about it's the start of summer and something's... It's got an official name in the US. What is it? What is it? I had a 40-person party yesterday, Piney. Wow. Split between adults and children. I took my own kids to the water park today, then tomorrow I have an 8-mile hike with a friend in the queue. Just got that rough patch at work, so the leisure is appreciated. Well, if you're dealing with the rough times at work, like you said, Piney, that sounds like a fantastic weekend way to unwind. Real nice time with the family. And then a nice hike tomorrow sounds like a really good time. Are you going to be in have you got some... What nature have you got nearby or nice areas to hike around? You'll have to. I'm trying to remember where in the US you are. It is quite intense. Memorial Day. Thank you, Naomi. It's Memorial Day. Naomi, we got an annual zoo pass, so we might head there after the baby wakes up from his nap. We were there just yesterday. Oh, fantastic. I'm not one of these people who's anti-zoo. I think the zoo's quite nice, especially ones that are well kept and good. Right, what have we got around here? A crate. The overseer we can talk to. All these other folks are relatively nameless NPCs. So let's see, we've got Roparu clothing and some obsidian flakes. Fine. Smells worse than usual today, really? Wow. Roparu guard. Okay, we got some lift that can take us down. Let's have a look at the map of this place. Oh, wow. I thought it was like tiny. It's like this whole huge region between the two mountains that make up the city. So we've got the hole. That sounds appetizing. Old city lift. Biha's home. The refuse pile. Another way out to Nekataka. The Narrows. Pitley Sanctuary. Enoi's home. And Thelis's home. Thelis sounds familiar. We have to find Delver's Row. Thanks. A lot of people voted out of fear instead of hope. Not only in Flanders. Heard there was a lot of similar results around Europe. Yeah, I won't get into. I've got my stances and understandings and opinions on that. But as always, the stream is this is the one place where I don't get into it. Everywhere else, I happily talk all that stuff. But it's like, video games with the Krayven's Town community. I won't get. I can take a break from all those discussions. Okay, Overseer Hitenga, what's your story? A guard folds his arms, watching the activity on the walkways through slitted eyes. A coral piercing juts from his lower lip. He notices you with a sharp nod. Oh, can you tell me about Delver's Row? Oh, Delver's Row. Somewhere beneath the Gullet is a loose confederation of thugs, thieves, black marketeers, and other seedy individuals, known as Delver's Row. It's a place where things can be found for the right price, and word always travels quickly. Best not to ask the overseer of the guards about Delver's Row. Maybe not let. Yeah, anyway. Well, where does this lift go, and why was that man sent below? Yeah, not my favourite place in the world, zoos, but Ellie loves it. See, I really like them if they're good. Like the ones that are like not very well done and they're just trapped in cages and the animals don't have room, I don't like. But the conservation parks, a really good zoo with a lot of space, especially animals that don't need so much room to run around. It's really nice for kids to learn about conservation and see creatures they'd never normally see. And a lot of the major zoos in the UK work a lot with wild like nature and help out and rehabilitate things. We also have, I like Longleat Park, which is like a reverse. Like you stay in the car and go around and the animal's just allowed to completely run free across the huge grounds and it's like this lord's lands, and he's got tons and tons of land and he just lets like tigers and monkeys roam around it. If you bring your own car, the monkeys rip it to shit. Yeah. No, it wouldn't, Duncan. I'd drive a lot of people away. Not because my opinions are necessarily going to be too different, but I'm just very opinionated about it. And that's it, Piney. Of course, you live in the state of New Jersey. I knew that, which most people don't know from that insipid TV show. No, don't worry. These days, thankfully, those orange freaks are long gone. But about 30% of our state is really unique and preserved wilderness. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were. I thought it was quite a heavily built up one, kind of like New York State is. The hike tomorrow will cover a lovely ridge overlooking a lake. Fantastic. I went to Lake Hop. What a lovely name. Hopatcong once, and it was beautiful. Is that one of the lakes in Jersey? It would only stress people out of things, so I just wanted to vent a bit. Yeah, no worries. Cool. Why was that man sent below?
Roparu? He associated with foreign criminals.
Okay. He spits. The gob of saliva is just one more splotch on the weathered and moulding boards.
I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her.
Okay.
And this is punishable by death, or worse?
Tekahu's voice wavers. Tekahu is Huana, so I think he's from the other ones are Rawatai, or there's two different subspecies of the Almwa, coastal and island, and the coastal ones are more dominant.
That it is.
Wow. He nods with no small measure of pride.
These wicked sorts overrun the Gullet and corrupt the Roparu. Our justice must be swift and firm.
Oh yes, and the Roparu are the lowest class of Huana society, and the Huana are the island Almwa, the local Almwa. The Roparu are designated to work as unskilled labourers and to starve in times of scarcity. Their status is a function of survival in the often unforgiving deadfire, and rather than a moral judgment. The Roparu are destined to be reborn into the Kurau or Mataru caste or class in their next lives. So the Huana very much follow a kind of Hindu caste system equivalent. Where does that lift go?
To the old city, Ikira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep.
Oh, good. We've got a little dungeon we can have a run around in then. Excellent. You lived there when Frank Sinatra died. That would be Frank Sinatra Jr., I assume, Naomi.
How can you consign your fellow woman or man to this fate?
We punish only those who cause trouble.
He speaks forcefully, but stops himself when he gets a look at Tekahu.
Begging your pardon for my tones, sir.
You know, oh, he just changed his tune there and he realised who it was.
The Gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
Well, where is Biha now?
Hers is the first house you come to. Just there.
He points southwest across the walkways.
You'll probably find her there.
Okay. You know what? I could ask about Delver's Row. I'll just get his opinion on it. Can you tell me about Delver's Row?
Kira. It is a cancer in the Gullet.
Oh, okay.
Place of criminals and their foul dealings.
He folds his arms and raises an eyebrow. All right.
And I cannot fathom for what anyone but a criminal would ask of it.
Yeah, I figured that's made him a little bit suspicious. He lowers his head and stares down his nose at you. I want access to the lift to the old city.
Are you mad or merely lost? That place is a punishment for the lowest sort.
He waves a hand toward the exit.
Go and explore someplace with pleasant views and fresh air. The harbor, or Periki's Overlook.
Oh, let's see. I can either bribe him, but I've got some skill checks. Oh, I've got survival. My survival is good enough. I can look after myself. And apparently can prove it, and history. So I got Nekataka has a rich history, and some of it lies buried. I must see for myself. Or 5, I can... yeah, I like the first one. That's more in keeping with Krayven's character. He shakes his head.
It's your neck, Kira.
He whistles, and the guard standing by the lift looks over at him and nods.
We will leave the lift down there for half a day. That should be enough time to come back to your senses. After that, you are on your own.
Oh, interesting. A possible time limit to explore this place.
The guard will let you pass, though I urge you to reconsider.
All right, farewell. Oh, well, sweet. We've already got a thing. Ah, South Jersey native, eh? Living in the Philly suburbs. We're going to be going to Bearfort Ridge and Surprise Lake. Oh, it was the Frank Sinatra. It was 1998 and you were 20. Wow.
This is the Gullet? I had not realized.
That's cool, Naomi. Like, I just think it's kind of comedy, but he was pretty amazing. Tekahu glances around, wearing a distasteful expression. He raises his arm to cover his nose and mouth. Option 1, you thought this place would be in better shape? Option 2, even bright Nekataka has its shadow, if you hadn't noticed. Option 3, was calling it the Gullet not enough of a clue for you? And 4, I've seen worse. I think straight up option 1, you thought this place would be in better shape?
I thought the Roparu had a piece of the city to themselves. This is a latrine.
It is.
The Mataru are supposed to take care of those below. This does not resemble care to me.
It doesn't. And this is interesting because of what the prince has asked us to do, and he insisted, that the prince of the whole city, he specifically instructed Tekahu to come with us to do it.
Let us go on.
He gestures ahead, but his hand shakes until he brings it down and clutches it with the other. Tekahu turns his gaze to the ground beneath his feet. Okay, take him by the hand. It'll be okay. I'm here. Now, normally I'd say that's going to be way too embarrassing for him. That's going to be really, like, dismissive because I don't know. He's incredibly proud. Let's be off. I think his pride will prefer if I pretend I didn't see it, so I'll carry on. You get a more wholesome view of his character versus his typical superficial vibe. Yeah, I was getting that impression. Okay, cool. Looking forward to it. Pretend I didn't see. Okay. Hopefully that was the right call rather than seeming too mean. I'm going to have a little review of what we've actually got quest-wise that might relate to here. So, all aboard. Find Beher in the Gullet. That will carry on. I don't think any of these other ones... Any of these bounties, perhaps... Bina, no, that's southwest of Fasongo. Lifter's Refuge, I can't remember. Oh, Dunnage. Yeah, I couldn't kill Katren, she was too tough for now. Crookspur Island's nowhere near. Lady S. Epero in Serpent's Crown. That one might be doable in her estate. I guess we'll find out. It's only 3 levels above me. Oh, we've already done Lord Admiral Imp. Tidy Performance is nowhere near. Velvet Glove. I've got to return those gloves already. Coming to terms. Yeah, here we go. So this is the main thing in Delver's Row. Hidden deep in the belly of the Gullet hides Delver's Row. Cloaked from prying eyes, criminals and black market traders here peddle their illicit goods. And rumours speak of an illicit market in the Gullet called Delver's Row. Someone is bound to know how to reach the secretive market. I should ask around. The prince gave us this. I was curious. It's a task rather than a quest, but I think there's a quest related to it. A bounty Merrill around now. It's island west of Margie. Let's check where that was going. And heading west of Margie Island. No, still got to do that. Okay, quests. Lost Jews in good faith. That is a big temple in the Craptooth Channel. Bigger fish. No, that's return. We're done. Oh, that's all that family malarkey. That's island again. Jyoti and Hasongo, we still need a family pride, sorcerer and a gentleman. Okay, Archmage's Vault, and the painted masks. No, that's all fine. Royal Deadfire, maybe. Port Margie, Dim Prospects, Disrupt Luminous Adra, Apoko Kahara. That's for the Royal Deadfire Company, who are direct rivals to Valian Trading Company. For the Republics, Biakara, and take her ship's Triumph. Skipping ahead. Okay. Principi Goods and Services, that's Fort Deadlight. Symbols of Death, Return to the Captain. Bounty and Chorno. No, he's not there. Huana, Trade Secrets. It's Trade Secrets. So, here we go. Prince Aoihi has discovered evidence of a black market in the Roparu district of the city known as the Gullet with the Roparu. So, I've got to, again, locate Delver's Row. So, I think we've got two... Yeah, Delver's Row and this one, Trade Secrets. That's what I was looking for. Let's see. Someone in the Gullet ought to know the way. Showing the prince's medallion might attract the attention of a prospective buyer in the black market. Alright, so we've just got the 2 quests around here for now. We might pick up a couple more. We'll head down into the depths and the dangers shortly. But I think the first thing to do is go and take care of this little task of speak to... What's her name here? Biha. Check out a little bit more of the region. Anyone else around here? No, these are all nameless NPCs.
For what? Bataro's the 2nd this month.
And they say the pittings aren't increasing. Do they lie to themselves or just to us? At this rate, who'll be left to suffer the Mataru's ire?
Pittings, that must be an adjective for going into that pit. Okay, let's see what Biha has got to say. There's always someone at the bottom of the pile, folks. I haven't done Piney, you've got going for a hike in my head as an idea. I haven't taken a nice sort of like proper hike like on the Ridgeway or something. 3 Huana children.
Was taking Bataro not enough for you?
Huh? What's this? 2 sickly Huana infants lie swaddled under rags. God, you got like 5 kids here, man. A woman thrashes a row of tunics and sarongs hanging from the rafters. Her pointed teeth are gritted in frustration, her lips set in a snarl. The clothes are spotless, yet she swings a handful of reeds again and again, grunting with each blow. Several children huddle together, whispering and looking on with red, tearful eyes.
Bataro is gone. Dead. What more do you want?
She punctuates each statement with a fierce whack of the reeds. The children flinch, looking between you and the woman. Let's see. Option 1, am I interrupting something? 2, take a deep breath. And let's start with this, whatever it is, calmly. 3, wait and observe. 4, are you all right? I'm talk between 2 and 4. Am I interrupting something is like she's probably going to rant. But it will give away that I'm not here to take her. Take a deep breath and let's talk about this, whatever it is, calmly. She might tell me to go screw myself because she doesn't want to be calm. If I say, are you all right? She's clearly not all right. And, girlfriend's a bit down due to exam. She's feeling better now, but there were elections today. Yeah. It's, that's kind of... Well, hopefully, if she has to do any additional stuff in the summer, it will go okay the second time. But yeah, please give her my best and veal success for the future. There, Duncan. I don't know. I don't want to condescend to her, but I feel like either one to option 2 or 4 is condescending. I'll just try and be just genuine. Are you all right? She looks at you for the first time. A fraction of her anger burns off. All right, good.
Forgive me. I thought you were with the guards who took him. Other casts never visit here.
I'm not any caste. She looks pointedly at Tekahu.
Do the gods pay a visit to mock my misfortune? Or is Sacred Stair overcrowded?
Oh yes, because Tekahu's actually a water godlike. He's an Almwa godlike of a type that we've never seen before in the first game.
Forgive the intrusion. I was We were just leaving. That is, giving you space to grieve.
The hell we are, Tekahu. You don't run the
So
show.
many crowd into the Gullet, and you worry about space.
She laughs bitterly.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Let's see. Option 1. How did you know the man who was lowered into the old city? Or 2. Do you know the way to Delver's Row? Well, let's ask about the thing, because maybe if he's still alive in Old City, perhaps we can rescue him. How did you know the man who was lowered into the Old City? One of the children starts to say something, but Biha shoots him a sharp glare. She turns back to you, arms crossed, gripping the reed bundle tightly.
Botaro is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks.
She begins swatting at the laundry again, though with considerably less gusto. Option 1. He was trying to tell you something. Option 2. Overseer Hitenga isn't after you. Option 3. I've got a skill check insight. I know you're scared, but I'm not here to harm you. I have to admit, a skill check I generally take, I don't do them as consistently as I did in Pillars 1 because they're not always good outcomes these days. But generally, they usually give you a perk. Well, I know you're scared, but I'm not here to harm you.
We say the only thing that live in these depths are ghost eels. And fish eaten by ghost eels.
Ghost eels, goodness. Oh, just read from Duncan. Oh, she's been struggling for ages. She already got a bachelor degree, but she wanted to continue studying, so she feels she wasn't ready to go to work yet. I've told her it doesn't matter if she completes this degree. She's got one and doesn't even want to use the master degree. She doesn't have the same motivation she had for the bachelor. That's a tricky one, but I guess it's whatever feels right for her, I suppose. But good on you for just trying to be supportive in whatever way you can. But yeah, that's it's going to be a bit demotivating if that's the case after the exams. So I sympathise.
Which are you?
She turns away from you, striking the sarong harder and harder. Tekahu flinches at each blow, fascinated even as he shrinks back in discomfort.
The traders say they bring riches in their big ships.
The fabric pops and snaps beneath her fury. Sweat is flying, spattering the clean sarong.
But what reaches the Gullet? Only crime and sickness, I say.
She pauses to take another couple of swings at the sarong. It can't be all that bad. It clearly can. 3, that's unjust. It is, but that's stating the obvious. 4, that's the way of the world. That's callous. That's not in Krayven's nature at all. And 5, what does this have to do with Botaro? We'll just go straight with 5.
He said we would finally leave.
She breaks off, her shoulders heaving as she catches her breath. Oh, cool. Yeah, if you're a priest of Skane, who is the god of like violent rebellion, basically people who are the downtrodden and the slaves, or priest of Magran, or priest of Barath, we had various options that we could give her some sort of solace. Well, what happened?
I heard a Rawatine captain took up at the tavern. Suduzo, they call her.
Okay.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers.
Strange. They usually stay topside.
Okay.
Botaro went and found her in the tavern.
Her eyes go hard and dark.
Next I see him, the guards are dragging him to the cage.
She bares her teeth at the memory. Just for talking to someone? Option 1, maybe I can talk to Suduzo. Option 2, can you take a different ship? I'm not a paladin with the kind wayfarers. Option 4, that's terrible. I'll see this put to rights. 5, Suduzo will listen to me or she'll taste the edge of my blade. 6, that's unfortunate. You know what? Normally I'd say maybe I can talk to Suduzo, but that is really terrible. I mean, he just went to talk to see if they could get out of this shithole of a place, and he ended up being dragged away. That's terrible. I'll see this put to rights. She looks at you with the same critical eye she's been giving her laundry, wringing and tugging the reeds. And impassioned, Seraphon snickers quietly. I think that didn't impress Seraphon too much.
Everyone knows the Rawatines are made of brass. They listen only to their commanders. But still, maybe it goes different for you.
On Decadency, you're playing as a Priest of Skane Blood Mage now. Is that your latest attempt for the ultimate efforts? I know you're saying that those were two of the classes you were trying for the Deadfire Ultimate Challenge. I checked out the Deadfire hashtag before I was going live for my tweets for this part of the stream. And yeah, everything pretty much in the Deadfire hashtag is all about what works for the ultimate, man. I had the feeling this degree is bringing it down a bit. A lot of the subjects aren't really interesting to her either. Or maybe it's something to just, if the time is right or there's a good a suitable opportunity comes up to maybe talk about it a little more. Because I know a lot of people, when I was there, a lot of people in Belgium would sort of do a master's just for the sake of it. It didn't really seem to fit. A master's is supposed to really be above and beyond. I mean, hell, you don't have to go to university, but almost everyone there was like, oh, well, I carry on and do my master's now because it's just what I do. It was curious to me because that's not the case in England. She looks around, taking in the hanging clothes, the huddled children, and the warped and splintering walls of the shack around them.
Bataro took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks, when he went to bargain with the captain.
Oh, Lord.
I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Bataro. Or in someone else's pocket.
Let's see. Option 1, tell me about the Rautine captain. I could look for Bataro. 3, how many of you need passage to Rautai? 4, tell me about this stash of coin Bataro had. 5, can you take a different ship? 6, do you know the way to Delver's Row? I think I can actually check out most of these things. Yeah, I killed all my companions on the ship to get their items. Oh, savvy. Savvy. I didn't actually know that you could do that. I suppose because, of course, you're supposed to do it on your own, aren't you? Am I evil? Yes. Am I evil? Yes, I am. Great Metallica lyric. Good song as well. Tell me about the Rautine captain.
Seduzo.
Bihar is holding the reeds so tightly that she snaps one in two. Jesus.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe
we already had that.
But she threw Bataro out.
She threw Bataro out. That's different. She looks down at the broken reed in her hands.
Always Bataro was careful with his words, especially as a Roparu.
Oh, so the captain was a bit of a bitch. And then the guards just dragged him off thinking it was he was consorting with foreign criminals.
But a Roparu in Nekataka gives offense just by breathing the air of his betters.
Wow, alright. How many of you need passage to Rautai?
We are 6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me.
Are they all yours?
Such a strange question. A Roparu child is the child of all Roparu.
Yeah, I'm from a different culture, but okay.
At least that is the way in the village where Bataro and me came from.
Okay.
But here, we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children.
Okay.
We are 6. 3 children. My village is not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Can you take a different ship? She shakes her head.
Many ships leave from Queen's Birth, but the Valiants take slaves.
Oh, risky. She lowers her voice and glances furtively around.
They say the Principe smuggle goods in the caverns below, but I cannot trust such people. But the Rauataians have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there.
Makes sense. Do you know the way to Delver's Row? She blinks in horror.
Never. That is the surest way to get the attention of the Overseer.
Oh dear. She lowers her voice.
I hear it is somewhere in the Narrows. It is
nice.
Possible Anoi knows. He has lived here longer than any.
Good to know. Where is Anoi?
His hut is just along the walkway to the southwest.
Okay. Tell me about the stash of coin Bataro had. Worry creases her face. She sizes you up with a quick look. I'm not after it.
I tell you, I do not know where it is, and I am sure it would be little to someone like you.
She licks her lip. I didn't mean it that way.
After what happened, Bataro would sooner have thrown it into the waters than given it to the Mataru or the Rauataians.
I'm trying to exhaust a few more dialogue options, but I think that was a bit out of keeping with Krayven. Sorry, folks.
If it is anywhere, it is surely with his body.
I could look for Bataro.
I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer...
She trails off, working the reeds between her hands while hope and dread battle in her eyes.
It is a big and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself. Perhaps...
She steadies herself with a shake of her head.
Please, help him if you can. Or bring me news if you cannot.
For some reason, I've got another option here in Delver's Row. Yeah, bring some horror.
Never. I hear it is somewhere in the Narrows.
Oh, it's
One
because
day, the Roparu will descend on Delver's Row to clean out the thieves and pirates. Stay away from it.
Whatever. All right, excellent. Well, we got a bunch of useful stuff.
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
Right, what? Duncan says, I kind of hope she drops the degree. I'm not going to make her do that, of course. No, that's fair. If she wanted to, that'd have to be her choice. But I feel it would drop a weight off of her shoulders. Then starts the second problem, though, looking for a job. She's a bit scared of that ever since it took me so long to find a job. It is tricky. I mean, I'm certainly struggling at the moment. Aside from income from Twitch, I'm few and far between clients for the last year. Actually, I've been by and large getting by on savings from two good and one extremely good year of work with the business. But one out of these 4 years has had a grand total of very little coming in. In fact, half of it has been off of Twitch, and I don't exactly make enough on Twitch to live on. So yeah, I really sympathise there. And obviously, the Masters does get you a little bit further in terms of being employed for higher level jobs, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's got to do what makes her happy. You already know this, I'm sure, so I'm just sort of more repeating to empathise and have someone else hopefully say what you know deep down, rather than tell you something that, you know, not thinking you already know it. But as long as she's happy and doing what's right for her, and if it does get to the point where you sit down, talk about it, manage to convince, and it goes another way, things will generally work out okay. I mean, at the end of the day, still got a bachelor's degree. That's nothing to sniff at. That'll get you most sort of good work. So here's hoping everything works out, and I'm sure it will. And let's see, Seraphim says, ahoy, Captain. I'd be able to thank you for bringing me aboard. A third hand at his belly and one heel out. He bows deeply, drooping ear almost touching the ground. And Pyro says, oh my god, Krayven out of character, sharpen your pitchfork. Shit, I've been rumbled. I've played it wrong. She doesn't even want those higher end jobs, right? Hey, what, dude, you're being a fantastic partner. If you're supporting her in whatever she decides, that you're going exactly the right way about it. So two mayoral thumbs up for that. Also, how was Comic-Con? Comic-Con was alright.
You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
Oh, cool. We're gonna learn a little bit more from Seraphim. Actually, I think perhaps that impassioned thing was enough to bump up his reputation with us, because this has kind of happened out of the blue. Yeah, Comic-Con was alright. I only did the 1 day pass. I did general entry on the Saturday. I caught an interesting talk on the couch with Stephen Amell, the lead, Arrow, who plays the Green Arrow from the Arrow show. I watched a small thing about streaming on YouTube and streaming with confidence. But I didn't really need too much help with the confidence bit, I'm happy to say. But yeah, just some interesting pointers, as there always is with those kinds of things usually. I managed to catch Deathbulge, probably my favourite webcomic writer and artist, and also whose game I streamed on the Tuesday several months ago, the Battle of the Bands thing with the hand-drawn style, the little demo of the Kickstarter I backed. And I did a full rundown of it, and showing off some of the swag in the first part of the stream before we started doing Krayven Reads Reddit. And yeah, went around, tried a new Crash Team Racing. They've done for Crash Team Racing an update, just like they did with the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy from the original trilogy. They've done, same again. I didn't know it'd come out, and it actually plays really nicely. Yeah, and a few other bits. Went around the stalls, got a bit of swag, caught a little bit of the cosplay, met up with some friends, and then I went out for drinks and mini golf in the evening. So good times. It wasn't my favorite, it wasn't my best Comic-Con at all, really. It was, but I only booked it for a day, and there wasn't too many things I wanted to see. So 1 day, a regular ticket was absolutely fine. So let's see. It'd be a welcome change to the Gentleman of Leisure. Well, tell me about the Gentleman of Leisure.
The Gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honours and a half to be chosen to join his crew.
I detect a butt in there.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving a sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known.
Family?
I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family.
Salt
And to
family,
me,
eh?
that'd be better far than blood.
Well, why were you willing to leave that crew to join mine?
And don't sell yourself a Suole shortcut, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I bought it.
He chuckles.
I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye openings.
That's actually pretty, yeah, fair assessment.
Believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
He's such a dirty bastard. He grins. Pride. Tekahu's lips curve in an approving smirk. Light-hearted. The faint trace of a smile forms on Adair's lips, and light-hearted Maya cocks her head and listens. Oh, we've got the right party to get along in that particular instance. You're welcome. I'm glad you're with me.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted.
Oh, wow.
Malnage would have snatched it had I not found a perfect hiding spot.
He kept it up his bum. Thanks, Duncan. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm sorry you've had a bit of a tougher day today, what with national decisions and personal difficulties. But here's to a strong one. Do you? Is there a day off tomorrow? A national day off in Belgium? As I can't remember when all the national holidays are, because you guys have the Tuesdays and the Thursdays off, and often get Brugdagen, the bridge days on Mondays and Fridays sometimes. But I don't know when the official national holidays are anymore. I've been away too long. Thank you for the gift, Seraphim.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've round about reached my limit for sentiment.
Seraphim salutes, grinning broadly, and then turns away. You've gained an item, Cypher's Shackle. It was put into your stash. Oh, +1 Constitution, Scatter Change, Resistance to Dexterity Afflictions. Oh, that might be really handy for Krayven. Dexterity as a monk. Dexterity is his main stat. Well, that was quite good. Let me just have a... Oh, sorry, wrong one. Inventory. I'm so he's praying stat. Let's see what that's about. Okay. Cypher's Shackle. Oh no, that's a Dragon Pendant, which is what I've got on right now. Thursday 30th, I get a day off. Oh, 2 seconds, folks. I've just got to... oh no, just a little bit of buffering. All is well. Yeah, I have to admit, the Dragon Pendant I'm wearing right now is really rather good for Call the Clutch and stuff. Let's see. Let's read the blurb. Cypher's Shackle. The woman who recently wore this shackle came from an enigmatic tribe of pale elves. Little is known about her people, save that at some point her village was sacked by roving slavers and she was taken to the Deadfire. Aboard the slave ship, she was compliant but silent. Her captors were horrified to discover the woman's mouth had been wired shut, presumably as a child. Then she touched their minds. He travelled southward. Watched the sky. Uneased, the slavers fettered the woman's neck with an iron adra shackle they reserved for captured ciphers and did their best to ignore her. When the ship arrived in Deadfire, the slavers dropped anchor with several illicit merchant vessels to offload their kith cargo. When the woman was called to the auction block, she spoke to her in prisoners' minds, despite the binding collar. Aether sneers. He will end it. Then she vanished. All that remained was the shackle. Wow. Okay. What's he currently wearing? Amulet of Health. She's not got much of anything on. What's her stats? Dexterity. Oh, dexterity is her second most important stat. For him, it's intellect. Yeah, for Krayven, dex is the main thing, but I think he's already wearing stuff to buff his dexterity. Is he? Let's find out. Flame Ward, Overwhelm. Wow, he's not anything. Okay, the Dragon Pendant. Well, someone else can use that, but making Krayven more dexterous is always quite nice. +1 Constitution, resistance to dexterity afflictions. The hobbled, immobilized, and paralyzed afflictions affect the dexterity attributes. These afflictions can be countered by a dexterity inspiration, quick, nimble, or swift. How much resistance? Oh, cool. The fact that he can potentially not be slowed down by them or stopped by them is quite a nice little perk. Actually, Seraphin's pretty useless, so I'm going to take off this Amulet of Health and give him this Flame Dragon Pendant so he can do a few more useful things.
Not a bad bit of tackle, Cat.
Not a bad bit of tackle. Alrighty. And Thursday you get a day off. Does that mean Friday is a bridge day? A brugdag? A vakantiedag? Alright, so we've got quite a few updates there, I think. Yeah, a lot of updates are all aboard. Roparu captain named Seduzo is at the Slums Tavern. Bia believes Seduzo could take her and the children to Roparu. After what happens to Bataru, she's hesitant to approach them on her own. Okay, we're going to look for him. Cool, and what was the Delver's Road task? We've got to speak to Enoi's hut.
Takehu, you ever use your abilities to play jokes on anyone?
Ikera, I once sold a water globe to a Mataru priest. It was filled with live fish.
That doesn't sound like much of a joke.
The trick was letting the sculpture break down while he slept with it over his head.
Oh, I'm getting so many ideas right now. How would you feel about betraying the Watcher's trust?
I'm right here, dude. Seriously, you guys have got to learn to whisper. Enoi's home. Perfect. It's not a brugdag for you, sadly. Got to work. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad, mate. No worries. Okay, folks. Enoi's hut. Enoi's hut, the oldest of the Roparu case living. I hear you. Is he blind? Okay. Hello. An elderly Roparu man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. He hobbles closer, bare feet slapping the splintered floorboards of his abode. Oh, goodness.
What say you, boy?
That voice is fantastic. He peers steadily into your face, blinking faster all the while. Oh, perception 3. The man's arms are thin as sticks. What teeth he has are yellowed or black from years of malnourishment. Can you see me? How do you know who I am?
I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do.
Oh, okay, this is almost my new favourite voice in the whole game. This is so good.
I have heard much as well.
What, with ears, but not in the way that others do?
People speak of your kindness, Watcher who chases Aethus.
Good. Krayven's maintained his benevolence and honesty reputations, which were his main ones from the first game.
I also hear the Roparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now a Watcher comes to the Gullet, as Amira has shown me you would.
I want more of this guy to be voicing in this game. Wow, that voice is incredible.
At least piety can thrive in this dark and unforgiving burrow.
Oh, I forgot I didn't look at Amira, sorry.
That sea-swept voice. One of Andra's own comes to visit me at last.
Huh. Yeah, that's it. He's an Ondra godlike, which is new. She's a goddess of the oceans, forgotten things, loss, relentlessness, and mourning. Said to have once fallen in love with the moon, and to have tried to draw it near, with catastrophic consequences. People bring tokens to her temples of things they wish to forget, and her clergy see the tokens cast into the sea, which is something we had in the White March Part 1. Let's see. 1. If you're saying the god sent me, you're wrong. He's not. Well, I'm here on the behest of them. 2, if this place is a bit like an open wound, couldn't hurt to clean it up. 3, what's causing the Roparu such pain? Let's cut to the chase. What's causing the Roparu such pain?
The Roparu are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly. It is an agony.
Starving? Are the gods so occupied that they cannot see inside the mountain?
Ah, right. I was going to say Tekahu. He seems, despite his arrogance and everything earlier on, he seems extraordinarily naive of this place. The old man shrugs.
This is the Huana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe. And the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all.
That doesn't seem to be happening here. I would love a poster of the gods with their descriptions. They're hard to remember. Yeah, that's why I try and review every so often when they pop up, because they're gods and goddesses of so many particular things, aren't they?
All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe. The tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least.
This sounds like literally trickle down economics, just a Juana version. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh, that's cool. Because I'm from the Deadfire Archipelago. My character's from the Deadfire Archipelago. I can say yes, I know. 2. Why are the Roparu the least deserving, the last to partake of the tribe's spoils? It sounds like a terrible system, or of course it makes the most sense. I personally would want to actually say, why would they be the least deserving? I don't know, but Krayven would. Krayven's actually originally from Deadfire Archipelago as a character, so yes, I know.
Of course.
He smiles, showing discolored teeth.
The dawn stars would feed us, but the guards forbid them to pervert the order of sharing.
Huh.
There was a man who helped us, a soft-hearted pirate named Ulug.
Ulug?
He worked with a Principe captain.
I can't mimic his voice.
Morena, they call her, to bring us food from the black market.
I think we've got a bounty for Mad Morena. Yes, indeed, they're gods of many things.
But for days now, we've had nothing.
What happened?
Ulug was never late with his shipments. Always very conscientious. A good boy. For him to disappear for several days without word, he must be dead.
Well, we just got a new quest pop up, and not just a task, a quest called Food for Thought.
The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulug's shipments, we will surely starve. I am asking you, what else can we do?
Oh, tricky. Option 1, you need an advocate. I will speak with the royals at Serpent's Crown on your behalf. 2, the Dawn Stars sought to help you before. We can use them. 3, I can re-establish the smuggling operation through the black market. 4, tell me how to get to Delver's Row and I'll consider helping you. And then 5 and 6 are both leave, with 5 being your sob story isn't my problem, find someone else, and 6 being I'll think about it. Well, obviously I'm not going to do either of those. Hopefully he'll tell me about Delver's Row anyway, so that rules out number 4. I don't think we can really re-establish the smuggling operation through the black market. Well, we could, but I'm down here with Tekaha on the behalf of the prince. I'm not sure how far I'm going to end up taking that, but I don't want to sort of countermand it before we've even got to Delver's Row. Option 1, you need an advocate. I will speak with the royals at Serpent's Crown. I'm not sure how that's going to go down. Because I'm a foreigner although I am from Deadfire, I'm not part of the Huana, and I'll just be another voice saying, hey, these people are starving, your prize share, let's see what his prize share is. A Huana term referring to the distribution of wealth. The way you've got it is wrong, and the people who benefit from it the most, hearing some foreigner going, advocate, might piss off the royals. I'm thinking the Dawnstars, if you can find a way to get the Dawnstar groups to bypass the guards, that would be provided I don't get especially found out. Thing is, given its Pillars of Eternity, if I do the Dawnstar thing, chances are it'll be found out, and the higher ups, the top class, will be, oh, you're trying to undermine us, and the royals and the people at Serpent's Crown will be, oh, screw you. But if you go for not dealing with them honestly, but if I deal with them honestly and talk to them, they'll probably tell me to go fuck myself. Dawnstar appeals the most. Dawnstar sought to help you before. We can use them.
Some of the less crazy ones, hopefully.
Are there crazy ones? I've forgotten who they are. Addendum Manifest. He cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering.
Peatly is a child of the Dawn Stars.
Oh wait, of course it's Jyoti.
And has become the Gullet's most cherished healer. I believe she would willingly hear your request for charity.
Of course, the Dawnstars are the pro-Athosian ones who Jyoti's a part of, hence Adair's remark. We haven't got Jyoti in the party at the moment. With a stiff bow, the elder Roparu begs his leave. Alright. Hey, Effects! Good to see you, and welcome back from Austria. I look forward to seeing your photos. How you feeling? Let's see. Who are you, actually? The old man grimaces some attempt at a smile. He inclines his head towards you, indicating he's aware of your presence. So who is he, actually?
I've lived for many years in this gullet. My skin and bones have withered with each year, twisted harder, so that the Roparu now call me Paki Takiri.
What does that mean? Paki Takiri, Huana for big person. The Paki Takiri is a role within the Huana tribes for the purpose of resolving civil disputes. Rather than taking on the duties of leadership as a chieftain would, the Paki Takiri offers wisdom and guidance to the tribe, acting as an advisor and negotiator as needed.
Though you can see, I am not very big or much sturdy. If a dispute arises within the Gullet, I will see it resolved. That I can promise you.
Okay, cool. The photos don't want to be uploaded for some reason. We'll try to figure it out tomorrow. I'll give up today. Fair enough. Yeah, take it easy, man. Take it easy. There's no rush on it. It's absolutely fine. Perhaps I don't know if they'll all upload in one go. Perhaps you do have to do them in smaller batches. There might be an upload limit, something like that. But yeah, it's a problem for another day. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Good to have you back. Tell me about the Gullet. What's the history of the place?
Both time and tragedy have rotted the Gullet into a place of filth and crowdedness.
Okay.
Once, we Roparu lived in a fine neck of the city.
Huh.
That time has fallen, and with it, the ruins of our old city under Nekataka.
Oh, so being a Roparu, whilst you were the lowest class, you still had a better state of affairs than they seem to currently have.
Long before the foreigners swarmed us, a sea quake rumbled our city, and the mountain cratered down.
Oh dear.
Many cried to Andra and were swallowed for their efforts.
His dead eyes flick side to side.
Now the Mataru send us into the ruins of the old city to be punished. Within that pit lies darkness and death.
We're gonna check it out.
Not silence, but an end.
Okay. Let me just check this. But yeah, Austria was great, as I said earlier. Yeah, it sounded like you had a really nice time, dude. I'm glad you did. It's all the stuff you got up to, especially. Let me just see if there's some other food shortage options here.
If we cannot convince the Mataru Iglis and child speak,
okay,
I
good.
will listen.
I'm looking for a place called Delver's Row.
You mean the black market that lies nestled in the depths of the Narrows?
That's the one. Yes, that black market. Thank you.
The guards do their best to stomp it out, but they are a single boot against 1,000 ants.
Huh.
Them pox-riddled arbor hogs would be better served taking towels to the sea, for all the drying they'd give it.
The old man nods.
I do not know how to get there, but someone at the tavern might.
Okay, right. Possibly that pirate captain we've got to talk to was somewhere else. So that's our next location anyway. The Gullet, the Slums Tavern, the Gullet Tavern. Let's see what we can see there. Okay, we picked up everything else there. So, the hole. I guess that's the tavern. That's a way out. That's a refuse pile. We'll check that out. The Narrows. And Pitley's Sanctuary. Oh, Pitley's this Dawnstar person. Alright, and Thelis' home. I think then we can go straight to here. And then, yeah, we'll go back up this way and then boom, down, and we'll do the last little part. And then hopefully we'll know where we're going. And we can go to... We can do the latter part, running around in this dangerous area where hopefully there'll be some critters and characters and creatures that we can get into all kinds of ruckuses with. I mean, the fact it's called The Hole implies that this is like the slum tavern. Oh, what have we got here? Sauco. Dexterity bonus, reduction, misses converted to grazes, ship's crew morale. I've never seen this before. Oh, it's an ingredient. An import from the Valian Republics. This deep blue grain alcohol flavoured with anisey and elderberry is often enjoyed by moneyed merchants alongside a cup of merc brew after meals. Oh, we'll have that. Thanks very much. And there's a barrel up there. Even the sign is just The Hole. Nice. The downtown seedy inn, the pub. Hey, Evil Jess, long time no see. Welcome back. Rocking that golden flag as well. How you doing, mate? It's been a wee minute. What's new? How's it going? Yep, been busy. What have you been busy doing? What have you been busying about? Jessing up. Your Vestal is still alive. By the way, I brought Darkest Dungeon back into the fold. We're doing a DLC on Thursdays, and Vestal, Legend Vestal, Evil Jess is still amongst the roster and is as yet not dead. It's great to see you back, mate. How you doing? I was reminded of you. I was thinking of you when I saw her there again. Not much, working part-time. Got back into cross-stitch. Oh, nice. You cross-stitch. That's cool. Got a proper Black Sails sort of vibe pub here. This is like something straight out of, oh God, what's the name of the
Ain't exactly an hole in the wall, is it? On, well,
my own ears.
Account of it being an hole in the floor. Never mind.
Have you lost your wits?
Oh, what was that? Bloody Seraphim started talking at the same time as these NPCs are saying something useful. Let's see, I planned to come in as the stream started a bit. I had to get everything back in order and I was catching up with everything to be ready for next week, referring to tomorrow. Luckily, only 1 week left and long, well-deserved 3-month break from work, school, and all my trouble. So just, are you I have to remind me, sorry if I'm forgetting, and you said before, are you a school teacher? Or you work with schools in one way? Oh, sorry, God, your names came up in the same colours. That was Effect saying that, with school being over and a break. No worries, man. Oh, God, and yeah, on the cross-stitch, you did an awesome Legend of Zelda one, now doing a Tortoro one. Jess, I would love to see some more needlework in Artisan's Alley. We have Callie Ginnam, who does a textile course and all this stuff and is doing like clothing and stuff making. But if you've got cross-stitch style work, especially you're making retro game style cross-stitching in Artisan's Alley in the industry yards, if you feel comfortable doing so, I'd love to see some pictures of that. That'd be amazing. Oh, well, that fixed it nice and easy. Nice one, mate. You've been read since time immemorial. I just misread it there. A hot wind, redolent of vomit and mould, wafts from the hole. Oh, it's the puke pit. There's just an open puke pit. And this random dude, this pirate, just went and vommed in there. That's actually kind of sensible in a way. Well, let's see what else is in the rest of this absolute shit pile. Oh, Seraphin said not quite a hole in the wall, maybe a hole in the floor. There's Seduzo. Right, we've got the lady behind the bar. She's called Ferna. The dynamic lighting's making this chug ever so slightly. 1,000 pardons, peeps. Right, Ferna, how you doing? An Orlan covered toe to ear tip in sable fur leans against the bar counting change. She gives you a wide, easy smile when she notices your approach, then slips the coins into her pocket with a wink.
Hey, fresh face. Welcome to the hole. Just got 2 rules, yeah? Keep your hands to yourself, and don't fall in.
Oh, so the hole refers to the puke pit. Lovely.
Need something?
Right, hang on. I was looking for the way into Delver's Row. Let's start with that. Oh, what? Actually, you know what? What's the story with this place? Hole in the floor with a basket and some lotion. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the Krayven again.
The hole's been here so long as there's been a gullet. Though it ain't always been mine. What's a neighborhood without a place to get pissed drunk and lose your pants?
True. How'd you end up here?
Well, it's a bit of a story. See,
I'm all about the law.
I was
Story
born
up.
here.
Wow.
Right here, fresh face. Right on this counter. And I'll die here too, God's willing.
Right. I'm definitely not eating off of that counter.
Of course.
She spreads her fur hands wide, inviting you to continue. Let's see what you got for sale. Do you know any sailors looking for work? I need a crew.
Sure, I know a few folks who need coin, and a couple of them can even hold their liquor.
Right, let's see who we've got. Have we got any who are experts? Nope. Novice, 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 novice. Don't need any of you. I need good people. I need sort of expert and legendarily skillful. So they're all tat. Right. Gonna quick save at this point.
Need something?
I'm looking for a way into Delver's Row, and I'm also going to show the medallion. I'm looking for a way into Delver's Row.
You want to lose your life on the pointy end of some brute's sword?
I doubt I will.
If you're dead set on dying, you'll find Delver's Row in the Narrows. Those
Right.
twisty alleys carved into the mountain on the west side of the Gullet.
Right, cool. That confirms it. The Narrows is where we need to end up.
You've got to make your own way from there. Dario will skin me if I say any more.
Let's see. Oh, we got a streetwise check. So I've got diplomacy plus 100 copper. Discretion and compensation go hand in hand. 250 for a full bribe. Who's Dario? Well, you know what? I'll just take streetwise. I've only got a couple. Nobody knows what Fiona knows except that she's loyal to the Gullet.
Folks on the bottom gotta work together to get out from under those on top. Aye, I hear you, fresh face.
She favours you with a wink and a buck-tooth grin. And Maya cocks her head and listens because I was resourceful.
I'll tell you how to get there without getting yourself dead first.
Good.
Take a right the first chance you get. Then keep going forward until you see a merchant stall.
First right.
Close. There's a secret hallway behind a curtain there. That's your entrance.
Okay, first right and then a secret curtain behind a merchant stall. Excellent.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but all the same, you'd best watch yourself in Delver's Row. The crooks there will kill you just as soon as cheat you out of everything you own.
Sounds like a typical black market.
If Dario doesn't gut you first.
Who's Dario?
You stick around the Gullet long enough, you might find out.
Okay. I'll quickly say that. And Effect says, but yeah, thankfully my brother-in-law gave me his Netflix account, and now he's in Austria. We share one Netflix. He insisted to pay for me to enjoy Netflix. Oh, that's very nice. That's cool, man. Oh, well, there's plenty of fantastic stuff on air to enjoy.
The hole's been here. What's a neighborhood without a
And some
course?
other questions. Oh, damn. That's a shame. I've lost the ability to show her the medallion. Let me just check if that updated someone trying to find... Oh, it's because we already found out what we needed, so we didn't need to use the medallion. So Delver's Row. Enter Delver's Row via the Narrows. I learned that Delver's Row can be accessed via a secret alley. The alley is concealed behind a Alright, fine. All aboard. Look for Botero in the Old City. That's actually a different part. And then there's going to be quests. Where is it? Lantern of Gorn. Sinking feeling. Bigger fish. No. Oh, Boombot, thank you so much for the host, my dudes. Oh, you're sure of something else shiny, I bet. Boombot, thank you very much indeed. I sincerely appreciate that. Always appreciate you coming by and dropping the manual host, my dude. That's very kind of you indeed. In actual fact, let me quickly take care of a thank you. Krayven, myself, and all the staff and service Craybots of the streaming complex like to give a heartfelt thanks to all these marvellous fans who are hosting the show. Op Arctic Fox, Abstract Eternal, Top Hat Street, Jess Gaz, Dark Zero Warrior, Duncan of Florence, Sterling Nielsen, Gason, Uniwolf, Boombot, Top Hat Chat, Count Zero Divide, Snails, Tuesday Giro, Bastard Snow, Twitch Prime, Evil Jess. Thanks, mate. Melissa, Dodie Dapper, Sharp Cheddar Gaming, Michael Morris, GarPG, and Classic Spritz. And it's a great way to earn creds if you want to drop a host. You can get a few more. And speaking of creds, KREDS on everything to learn how to do them, and you can hunt and duel to your heart's content, especially if you haven't in a while. Was it Dim Prospects? No, where the hell has it gone? It was the Lantern of Gorn, Food for Thought, Trade Secrets, that's the one. Right, locate Delver's Row. Anyone told me that someone at the hole in the gullet already done it. Okay, so we've located it. We've located it. We've just got to actually go there now for Prince Arihi. And Duncan's got a hunt underway. Exclamation mark hunt, folks. Exclamation mark hunt. Let's see what we can get taken out today. Also, can you believe how lucky I am? My brother-in-law works as a graphic designer in the 3D modelling area. I studied digital art and architecture. I met his boss. I might get in position to work in Austria in the future. Effects, that's fantastic. That's awesome. That's an excellent combination of knowing the right people and having the skills to back it up. I very much hope that pans out for you. Right, what's back here? Am I supposed to be back here? I get the distinct impression I'm not, but whatever. Oh, this place is bigger than I thought. The storeroom, eh?
Relax, Bayer. In and out, no complications.
What the hell?
Relax. We're emptying a vault, not water shaping. Martino better come through with that boat he promised.
Huh?
I'm sure there's a dinghy in your future.
Quest updated, a sinking feeling. Right. What did I do there? What did I do there? I discovered something. Itzali Bardata is convinced that the Valera family is planning to make a move against her. I think I found all the information I'm going to. Hopefully that's enough for Itzali. Christ! Purser. And okay, that barrel's theft. Jesus. Huh. Whoa! Hello, Berta, the enormous ogre.
Oh, I'll eat anything that isn't hardtack.
Uh-huh. Oh, we found a pet! There's a worried pig! There's a worried pig! We got a pig called Onyx! We've saved Onyx the pig from becoming bacon! Yes! Great success! Triumph of what's this? Raukawa's fingers. Rockawa's fingers. How? Dexterity, sleight of hand, grinds, spire, thingy crackers. What's she currently wearing? Gauntlets of reliability. Those are actually quite handy. He hasn't even got gloves yet, but dexterity's not that great for him. Accuracy is, however, so we'll take those off and give those to Seraphin. Put that there, and we'll put the gauntlets of accuracy on him for now.
Oh, I'll give her a bad rap.
But more importantly, where's the piggy? Where's the piggy? Where did we put the piggy? Onyx, +1 perception. What's his party-wide effect? +10 all defenses against disease attacks. Alright, well, like all the other pets, you're going in Krayven's Krayven can't carry anything anymore. He's got all the pets. Krayven has literally all the pets. Let's put you with the other pigs. We've got 3 pigs now, including Cosmo. And what's this one? I think this one does perception as well. Awesome. Bacon McPorkchop. Oh, Piggy. We should name him Bacon. These 2 weeks have been the best days of my life so far. Effects, that's fantastic. And I'm playing through Bioshock 2. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm wanting to do the Bioshocks, especially the remastered Boombot. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How you doing, my dude? Welcome on in. Right, now we've got him. What the hell is this? We can have some of that. That's not theft. Who are you? You're nobody. But Herta... Oh, Berta. Hope she doesn't hurt her.
Why do you bother me, little kith?
She's... Wow, she's massive. Bacon McPorkchop. Bacon McPorkrib. That's quite a good one, Evil Jess, yeah. It's not theft if you don't get seen. Totally is. And yet, once again, folks, we've only got 5 days left on St. Jude Play Live. And we've really had a huge surge thanks to some very kind and generous donations in the last couple of days. If you were thinking of it, please hit that notify link or the tipping button, the donate button on my channel panel information. If you have $1, if you have 1,000, if you have anything in between, or whatever you might be able to spare, don't, if you can, unless you're already planning to, you've already got them set up. If you did a choice between donating to the charity drive versus giving me anything, give it to the charity for the month of May. If you can spare whatever you've got, please do go right ahead. It'd be great to get as far into that goal as we possibly can. Cheers, folks. Get the bacon, right. Why do you bother me, little kith? You enjoy, well, I was going to say I'm not little, I am compared to her. She's literally more than twice my size. You enjoy working here?
No.
She hocks a fat gobbet of spit. It lands beside the food she's preparing and splatters. Oh, good God. Be sure not to order any
The
food.
gullet reeks of illness. The beds are too small. An imp tried to nest in my hair. And Firna, the tavern keeper, refuses to give me more than 1 day off a month. How am I supposed to hunt when I am chained to this stove?
She scrunches her face into a grimace.
Maybe I'll become a pirate. Get myself a bird and an eye patch.
Okay.
The patch could do you a world of good, but I can't say I recommend.
Berta silences Maya with a raised palm. Seeing as you've already got a pet bird, glass houses and throwing stones there, Maya.
Both.
Both. She cuts Maya a vicious glare. Huh. A massive ogre on the crew could be fun. Go on then, you should join my crew.
How do you mean?
You know, like on a boat. Regard you with renewed interest. We've need of a cook, and I admire your work. Oh, she'll rock Krayven's world, all right. Yeah, I would. You're not wrong, Evil Jess. If the boats are rocking, we're on the sea. Should give him the bait. See, folks, some of you have found the stream since Jess was last here. This is legit peak Jess. I've missed your filthy banter, Jess. I really have. Damn, she's a big old girl. Get on it, Krayven. I will. I'll give her the bacon, all right. She'll rock the boat. I admire your work.
I don't work for free.
Oh, that made everyone laugh. Light-hearted. 450 copper pounds. Will this satisfy you? She examines your coins for a moment. They look tiny in her giant hands, almost like a child's plaything. She shrugs.
Yeah, this will do. For now.
She pats her meat tenderizer thoughtfully and gives you a small nod. Okay, we have a massive ogre cook. I hope she's not shit. That bar, the Ferner here is not going to like me too much. By the way, I've stolen your cook. Also, I reckon she's probably going to be quite handy in a scrap. When you get shipboarding on the naval battles, which we haven't had any for a good long while, unfortunately, all your crew can get involved, and she's going to be right handy in a fight, I think. Sweet. I doubt the coins are going to satisfy her. I think something with a V8 engine will. I've got a V8 engine right here, mate. Okay, shopless imp. And what are these? A couple of Zaurip, a musician. Kuaru artisan. Oh yeah, they're like the merchant class. A thug and a pirate. This shopless imp. Imp spray walls to make feel like home. Bartender not complain. The imp's been pissing to mark its territory. Outstanding. This place is the definition of a shithole. There's even a... Wow. This is the first Vithrak I've encountered in Pillars 2. They were all over the place in Pillars 1, in the dungeons and stuff. Beer is good, maybe? He said that directly into my mind as well. More thugs, more pirates. The whole upper floor. Right, we'll check that out in a second. Let's go and speak with... I think this pirate lady's over here. Let's back off a ways. Alright. I like to be suitably posed. Where's Krayven?
I'm here.
You're there, are you? Death by snoo. Beer good. Fire bad. What else can she examine with her big hands? It's gonna say. It's not the only thing that'll feel like a child's toy in her hands. Alright, Seduzo. This Rauatayan sits ramrod straight. On the table near her are a half-empty liquor bottle and a small porcelain cup. Both smell of anisey. She looks like she's trying to blend in, but her unnatural stillness and her bright, spotless attire make her stand out like a reef fish against the rocks. Her eyes find yours.
Harami!
What does that mean?
I am here, Seduzo Nui.
Do we expect today a local merchant?
Do we expect today a local merchant? Oh, that's a nice little thing, because I'm a Deadfire person. Seduzo keeps her eyes on you, even as she speaks to the soldier. There is only a brief pause.
We do not, Seduzo Nui.
The captain shifts uncomfortably.
Then state your business quickly. I want to avoid another surprise.
She glances around quickly, as if she expects someone to jump out of another corner of the tavern. Oh, interesting. This person here, this pirate just got highlighted. What's your business in Nekataka?
Nearly done, I hope. I sold a consignment of iron and cultural coral, and will return to Rauatai with vorals, merkberries, and Andra stars.
Okay. She shifts in her chair, tugging at her conspicuously clean and bright clothes.
Are you writing that down?
She raises an eyebrow at Seraphim.
Nay, lass. We're merely moved to a momentary bout of verse by the beauty on display before me.
He clears his throat and secretes the scrap of paper into a pouch. Someone's planning a robbery by the Principi Saint Petroni of her ship. Ignore him, Seduzo.
Gladly.
She nods slowly.
Anyway, that's what brought me here.
Okay, I'm not quite streetwise enough for that. Let's see, Insight 3 or History 2. Insight 3, you seem nervous. Does the Royal Deadfire Company know you're trading here? Or History 2, I thought Rauatines operated out of Brass Citadel. I'm going to take the Insight version and cut to the chase there. She sets her glass down with a loud clatter.
The Royal Deadfire Company would frown on business in this district. But there's no harm if they don't know.
She laughs nervously. Yeah, she's distinctly out of place in this rough neck of the woods.
I just remembered I need to write up a report for my boss. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, Maya is an official representative of the Royal Deadfire Company. I brought the exact right people for adding some flavour to this particular part of the city, this particular sequence of events. Maya unrolls a scroll of parchment and starts transcribing Seduzo's statement. She pales, raising her hand to her mouth as the speed of Maya's scribbling intensifies.
What is your business with me?
Did you cross paths with a man named Roparu? I like this. It's put the wind up her a little bit.
The one who threatened me. I shall not soon forget him.
Threatened? She stiffens. She raises her cup for another sip, scowling into the liquor.
These Huana learn too many pretty words from the Valians. You cannot trust what they say.
Oh yeah, she's a regular Rauatine. Yeah.
We had pretty words before the first ship landed on Rauatai.
Tekahu purses his lips and balls his hands at his side. Actually, yeah, the only people with nothing really say here are myself and Adir. Everyone else is exactly the right person to engage with all of this in the party.
Yes, but did you speak them with such deceitful intent?
Flustered, she turns away from Tekahu. Option 1, what happened exactly? Option 2, are those pretty words too big for you? 3, it's best when people say exactly what they mean. 4, if you do business here, perhaps you should learn the culture. Option 1 or option 4, I'm not going to be like, that's not Krayven style to say. Option 2, I'm not going to necessarily agree. She's clearly out of place, and it's like, if you're going to do business off the grid, outside of your jurisdiction, then you should learn what you're dealing with. Or I could just say what exactly happened. And effects is, I'm thinking of growing out a beard. I got somewhat of stubble right now, but not a long beard, but a shaped and shorter beard. I'm mixed. I go from a short beard to this carefully sculpted douche stubble. But yeah, if you think you'd rock it, go for it. Just be aware that it adds a few years to your face, especially when you're younger. You see, I grew up with 2 sisters, and I can take care of girls' hair very well. When it comes to my own hair, I'm clueless. It's always the way. It's always the way. I used to love taking care of my hair when I still had enough to be worth bothering with. What exactly happened?
This fellow wanted passage on my ship, as if I were the village ferryman.
That was a perfectly reasonable request. She tosses back the rest of her drink a little too quickly. Yeah, her bluster is not very convincing.
I told him there was none to be had. Certainly not at his price.
She upends her empty cup. Then what? She refills her cup and sets the bottle down hard.
He told me he had coin. Lots of it. I did not believe him. How could a man who lives in a garbage heap have enough money for passage?
She shakes her head. Idiot.
Then he shows me a swollenette.
Go on.
I knew then that I was dealing with a pirate.
No, you weren't.
I had heard they were influential in the Gullet, but I did not realize how much so.
She scowls and shudders. You idiot, Seducer.
I called for the guards, and they dragged him away. That is the last I saw of him.
Beeheart and the children still need passage out of the city.
There's nothing I can do. The passenger quarters have been reserved by a dwarf named Orin.
Orin. She picks a stray thread from her smooth, crisp jacket.
Why do you bring this to me?
Oh, interesting. Option 1, don't you feel bad about what happened to Roparu? 2, you're a merchant? No, I'll pay you to take them. Fuck no. 3, I won't tell the Royal Deadfire Company about your dealings here if you take Beeheart and the children. 4, the Gullet is rough. Have pity. 5, Maya here might have a thing or two to say at the Brass Citadel. Or 6, tell me about Orin. Well, tell me about Orin.
He and his people are gold-packed knights. Orin is particular.
She looks at her crew and they nod in agreement. Let's see the Goldpack Knights. The Goldpack Knights are an order of mercenary paladins for hire. They believe in payment as a form of binding contract and hold impartiality as a high virtue. Okay, so they're kind of like the Golden Company from Game of Thrones.
Perhaps that is good. He just finished a contract to guard the Valian Luminous Mill. I hear animancers are also particular.
Okay.
He's upstairs. Just do not interrupt him if he's arranging things.
She and her crew exchange another quick glance. Alright. Gonna, let's just see what that journal update was. Tasks. All aboard. Perhaps I could talk to them. Yeah, let's go and pay the gold pack. Whoops. Let's get gather the rest of the party before venturing forth. Let's head up the stairs. Oh, and we're ready for another hunt if you are so inclined, folks. So let's see what these gold-packed knights have got going on. Sounds like they're going to be quite prissy and up themselves. It might take some convincing that they're going to be willing to share quarters with a family of Roparu. But then again, they might not have the same hang-ups and prejudices against lower castes of Huana. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, this one's not automatically uncovered, alright. Just a regular Roparu there.
Absolutely.
Okay, where are these folks? Oh, stuff on the table we can take for free. Some kappa leaf. Nice, kappa leaf. Kappa, 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 kappa. Alright, hopefully we're not going to walk into the wrong room. Oh, this looks like some sort of science This is a rather fancy looking set of equipment and so on for a shithole of a tavern. Who's this poor bastard? Some drunk pirate? More pirates. And even more pirates. Shocking. Shocking in this rough as hell tavern. And what we've got here. Fine Adira mead and milk. Well, that's good for the crew's morale if I get into emergencies. Lock difficulty. Well, we can pick that if we want. Shouldn't pick it just yet. Let's see what the situation in the other rooms is like. Perhaps we can just go into them directly. We can. I still need to patch up my wounds from that Stonecrusher Phoenix that took us apart a week ago. I almost lost an eye from that flaming bastard. They are, well, they're called Stone Crushers for a reason. Their talons are pretty damn strong. This looks like gold pack knights. Yeah, gold pack priest, gold pack rogue. A chest that for some reason doesn't count as stealing. So we'll have that. Thanks very much. Ondra Tara and some silver lusks. Cheers. Okay, so it's a small party of about 4 of them, and here is... This must be Oren. Yeah. A dwarf sits before a generous and curious spread. Steamed mussels arranged in concentric circles, rounds of flatbread stacked in a neat tower, and melon sliced in even triangles. It seems good food is possible to come by if you have the coin. Yet his attention is focused on the 4 cups and the bottle in front of him. He has the cups organised in an almost perfect square around the bottle, but as you look on, he leans down to adjust one. The others with him wait quietly and observe the ritual. Right, it said do not disturb him if he's in the middle of something, so if I talk to him, he'll get pissed off. If I move one of the cups, he'll probably attack me, so I'll just wait. Holding his breath, he takes the bottle and measures an equal serving of wine into the cups, making 3 or 4 passes over each. His companions look on with practiced patience.
Don't see why you'd spend all that time arranging your food if you aren't making it look like a funny face.
At last, the bottle is empty, and he places it in the exact centre of the square. He picks it up and puts it down in the same spot twice more before he's satisfied. In a rather crude sense, I get the impression this guy's got mild either OCD or just very anally retentive.
Cheers.
Cheers. They all take up their cups and drink deeply. At last, the leader turns to you.
What do you require?
I hear you brought passage on Captain Seduzu's ship. For some reason, I got the option to lie. Oren, someone downstairs is asking for you. Something about trouble at the Adra Mill? Or what brought you to the... Oh! I could set him back out and I think I could use this to make her... To make her lose passage... Him have to give up passage on the ship. But that involves just straight up lying. I'd rather get through this without having to lie if I can help it. Just to start off conversationally, see if I can learn a little bit more from the conversation. So, what brought you to the Deadfire?
We had a contract with the Valian Trading Company to defend one of their most valuable properties.
He glows with pride.
If you're looking for work, I hardly recommend them. They pay well, and they pay on time.
He raises his cup, and his companions do likewise. Seraphon leans nearer you, grinning.
Consistency in the shipping lanes. Good for types mercantile, but better for types piratical.
Haha!
Did you say something?
Oh dear.
Just admiring your spread, my lad. Nothing better after a meal than a ripe pair of melons.
Ah, Seraphon, you're awesome. The problem is, he's not actually that good in combat or in the battles at the moment, but his dialogue is amazing. I hear you brought passage on Captain Seduzu's ship.
Indeed. The good captain has 4 adequate berths, all equally sized, all facing the same direction, and she's promised to leave promptly.
Okay.
A most agreeable arrangement.
Why would he have to cede their spots? Why couldn't this woman get by with just 1 or 2 rooms for her and her family? What would it take for you to cede your spots on Seduzu's ship?
Out of the question. We're due in Takoa for another contract, and the client has already paid the advance.
He sips from his cup and immediately runs a folded handkerchief around the rim. Okay, yeah, this guy's quite anally retentive.
And we have already paid Seduzo. I couldn't possibly take back the same coins I have already spent.
He shivers with dread. You know what, on this one, I don't normally, but considering this is a poor family in desperate circumstances, I'll make an offer for the berths on Seduzu's ship. That's very much in keeping with Krayven's benevolence.
A gold-packed knight is bound by his contract, and ours binds us to make all possible haste to Takoa.
He squirms and sets his cup down in the exact middle of a water stain, lining the base up with the edges. I sometimes do stuff like that. It's a little byproduct of my anxiety.
Booking passage on another ship on such short notice would be most expensive.
Option, I can pay you enough to book passage on another ship. 3, have pity, I'm helping a woman and her children seek a better life. I can try that.
Look around. The dead fire is filled with misery, to say nothing of the gullet.
He turns the cup so that the crack along the side faces away from him.
What better life do you imagine for them in Rawatai? They will only trade one misery for another.
Be better than this shithole they're living in amongst the actual rubbish.
Besides, I have a contract to fulfill.
Okay. I can pay you enough to book passage on another ship. He looks up from fidgeting with his cup long enough to give you a doubtful frown.
All ships leaving for Rawatai are laden with luminous adra and other rare goods. Mercenaries, even of our skill, do not rate so highly.
With diplomacy, 1,000 copper pans. That's not as much as I thought. I've got like 7,500. This should cover it. Consider me this making a contract with you. That's a nice little diplomacy touch. Yeah, go on then. He freezes, staring at the coins. After a moment, he divides them into 4 even stacks and nods. You have lost 1,000 copper.
So it does. Consider our business concluded.
He and the other gold-packed knights file out. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't believe they'll trade one misery for another. They'll have a better life being out of this city shit pile and that mouldering shack with, like, sick children.
Of course.
Some cave coral, pork, and ale. This is hopefully one of those rare instances where I actually get to just do something generally nice and not have it a risk of it being taken advantage of. So, all aboard. I've ensured that Oren's crew won't join Seduzo. She might be willing to take Biher and all the children now. Right. We're getting to the point now still where money's less of an issue. That said, I'm going to check out the rest of this place before we go back downstairs. I think in the late game, it'll prove to be a real boon. There's a lot more stuff to spend your money on, especially large sums of money, because it got to the point in Pillars 1 where I really had like way more money than I could really spend. But with high-level items and buying ships, you can get up to like 200,000, copper pans for some of these ships for your own fleet, it would seem. So, yeah. Well, it basically is. I'm never going to have, like, so much money I don't know what to do with, which would be nice. Yeah, and I wanted to come out here and... Because firstly, there was this barrel, but there's a hungry dog! There's another floof. We've got Deus. And another one of these Sauco things. Alright. Amadeus, Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus. He's a +1 constitution. What's his party-wide pet effect? +10 health restored on kill. Okay, there's literally no more room. Krayven's entire inventory is chock full of animals. I'm gonna have to take the Adair out of the party and use that pet masher at some point to combine, because I mean it literally said you got too many pets, no problem, combine them into new super pets. So I might try and see if I can get some better dogs and cats with more stats on them and stuff. I won't do that today. I might actually have to look up how to do that properly, because I'm not going to blindly mash pets together. It's one place where I consider looking things up in advance and a blind run okay. I will not unintentionally smoosh the floofs into horrible, like, bundles of gore and fur for the sake of stats, unless I'm getting the maximum benefit out of it, so their sacrifices are not so in vain. Okay, and with that done, let's speak to Seduzo again.
With me?
Oren won't be travelling with you anymore. She eyes you suspiciously. The soldier with her shrugs.
That is convenient for you, but never mind. If there's trouble, I'm staying out of it. The berths are paid for. You can send your friends as long as you promise not to make trouble for me.
She glances from side to side, checking to make sure no one is listening.
Just do it soon. I don't want any mess you've made to spill onto my decks.
I haven't made any mess. This whole situation was caused by you, you idiot, because you don't know how to act in a place like this. She looks at her crew and makes a twirling motion with her fingers. Alright. Done. There goes another one. And all aboard. Deliver the news to Bihar in her home. Alright, that's a nice... Oh, there's these folks. I never spoke to them. Ogre Pirate. Had a barnacle growing on her ass cheek, she did. I'm not joking. Ew. That's... Ew. Right, let's get back to the gullet. Right, well that's a nice little questy quest outcome. Head towards Delver's Row. And then we can do the last part hopefully in the Undercity. Or the Old City as it's known as. Oh, what's going on here? What the hell? A man saunters over to you with a jagged smile. He's got a long, crooked scar on his forearm, and he's rolled his sleeve up to flaunt it. Who the hell is this? Shit. Trouble, guys. Listen up.
You must be new. Lucky for you, we have a special rate for newcomers. A bag of coppers in exchange for your life.
Ha ha! Ha! Yeah, mate. This is gonna end very poorly for you. He brandishes a knife. Alright, effects. Well, let us know. If it's something you need to maybe vent more in the clinic, go right ahead, but we'll try and help here. He brandishes a knife. One of his companions grins widely enough to show you all of his missing teeth. But the way they're all gathered around you, leaving their own backs exposed, tells you they haven't been here long either. Oh, that's nice. We have enough streetwise. Okay, so I've got... I'm not looking for trouble. Let's get this over with. If I was a Bleakwalker Paladin, I could wreck them. I'm not a death god like. So I've got Intimidate. Crack your knuckles. This will be fun. 3, straight up streetwise. You're newer than I am, which means you're poaching on someone else's territory. Or Bluff. How convenient. You just walked into my trap. Oh dear. Okay. Right, you're newer than I am, which means you're poaching on someone else's territory.
Told you.
One of the others punches the leader's shoulder. The thugs look at one another and exchange a few panicked whispers.
It seems we've made a mistake. Forgive and forget, no?
They hurry off and disappear back into the crowd. Ha! You tragic little wieners, go and do one. Oh, that sucks effects. Well, obviously, it's not enough information to go on yet to comment. I wouldn't want to say anything out of turn. Beneath the dirt and mildew, these carvings look finely detailed and very old.
Happily.
Oh, hardtack. Oh, ripple sponge. Yay, free. We found someone's stash of drugs. Nice. +3 reception, +3 resolve, +3 intellect. For 31 rounds. Huh. Drugs are a lot more beneficial in this game than the first one. Yeah, like Duncan says, I hope that's not as bad as it sounds. Sounds not great. Oh, what am I doing? Of course, we can quickly nip back to What's-Her-Face's hut here. Tell her the good news, which will be nice. You can get out of this shit pile and, I don't know, maybe even sell your hut to someone. Oh, how did that bug get in here? Shoo, bug. I'm trying to stream. Alrighty.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Did you know Bataro was working for criminals? I don't care. I don't want to ruin it. If she didn't know that, then I don't want to make her have a bad impression. He might be dead. I spoke with Captain Saduzo about passage out of Nekataka.
What say, then?
Bihar listens with cautious hope. The children look on with wide, round eyes. She's agreed to take you all. She's momentarily speechless. Her eyes fill with tears. She drops the reeds as she brushes them away.
Sometimes, Cap, you remind me of serving with Roparu back on a sorcerer. More than halfway to heartwarming.
He beams, his hands on his hips and chest forward.
May Amira's winds ever blow sweet for you. We will pray always for you in this life and in each to come.
She picks up the two infants and hurries the others out the door. Amira was... who was that? Oh, Amira is one of the most important deities of the traditional Huantha pantheon. Amira is a bird goddess who hatched the world from an egg. The Huana often worship her as Hylia. Okay, yeah, they got different versions of the same gods, I think, if I recall correctly. End dialogue. Task completed, all aboard. But that could be exaggerating. I don't want it to be some divorce, but if it is, I want to know directly for them. Don't storm downstairs and confront it, because whatever's going on right now, it's in the midst of it. It's in the middle of the passion. However, it's resolving. If you can hear yelling, it sucks. But neither one's going to be in a rational frame of mind. And if you come down and try and raise a question that they're trying to navigate, it more than likely won't go well. Let them finish having their say about what it is, which will be a bit sucky, and then if you can sleep, just like sleep on it, or just see how things transpire and go from there.
Someone important.
Oh, hello. And talk when things are calmer and are able to be more reflective. There's an urge to storm down, but yes, I really don't think that would do it. But to be honest, speaking from experience, it won't go well. Just try and fight that urge for the time being, dude. Cloaked messenger. Krayven, you've caught the eye of someone important. A cloaked figure sidles up to you, hidden away behind a raspy whisper and a long, drooping hood.
If you're interested in making good pay and a good friend, head to the Narrows at the western end of the Gullet.
Yeah, I was going to do that anyway, you annoying whatever you are.
Once you reach the alleys, go right and right again as soon as you can. Then, follow the bend to the left.
Yeah, that's the wrong way. It's right and then straight forward to a merchant's tent.
The bullies guarding the door have a weakness for chewing Svev. You can follow their trail.
Her teeth flash under her hood.
Tell them Dario sent for you. And remember your manners.
Oh, this is the person in the tavern. We were told a bit about him. Oh, new quest, the Cornet's Call. Meet a mysterious figure in the Narrows. Oh, so this is a fellow in the Narrows as opposed to in Delver's Row. Alright. What do we got? We've got Thelis' home. We've done Ennoi. There's Pitley's Sanctuary. Right, so let's quickly nip down to here. These Thelis' home and Pitley's Sanctuary. Because Pitley can hopefully help with, as one of the Dawn Whisperers. Not Dawn Whisperers. Dawn such and such something. And what's in Thelis? Why is Thelis as familiar to me? I'm trying to remember where I know this name from. I'm sure we've encountered a Thelis before. No one's home. Alright, and apparently this isn't theft. Roparu clothing, cave coral. Right, you won't miss it. And what is this? Chitin legs. Alright. Well, you get a little bit of experience for discovering a new map, someone's home, so that's all good. Excellent, excellent. And then we've got, I think this is Pitley's Sanctuary. It's another Kwaru artisan. That is, what's up there? Oh my, we're running out of space for pets. A poor forsaken kitty. We've got Ikis the forsaken kitty. What's in the box? More herbs and whatnot. Pitley's Sanctuary. What's up here? Gamer, Mr. PK. When picking a game to buy, what drives your decision? Reviews, artwork, trailer, what friends have said about the game, something else? Hashtag not a marketing bot. That's exactly what a marketing bot would say, but I'll answer. I'd say a combination of the above, really. A good trailer will, if it's a particularly good trailer and it's the kind of thing I'm into, obviously the kind of thing I'm into already. As a former games artist and designer, I do care about good visuals, but it'll be art direction rather than crazy high.
That Dawnstar may be able to help. What say?
Oh, what's this?
Help how? Poison me? Akira, no thanks.
Poison you? So yeah, but I'll take good art direction over like crazy fidelity. A good indie game with good art direction is better than an average AAA with like lots of polygons. Sweet incense masks the odor of the offerings, rotten fruit, spoiled fish. Reviews to a point, but I find that a lot of reviews and game critics just someone else's preference. Too often they can be either bought and they're sort of fake reviews that will just say something nice because they've been given tons of swag.
Traveler,
Or
have you any food? Surely you've a scrap to spare.
I would if I was able to give you any. And what have we got? Amber, Rautai root. But yeah, reviews, I'll use a few from trusted reviewers who aren't on the payroll of anyone. And yeah, I certainly trust the words of friends, especially people in my community and people who know the kind of stuff I play or might like.
The Roparu feed their children from this pile?
As a former games artist, what games did you do art for? Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. I'm trying to concentrate on the lore here, gamer Mr. PK. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you here, but with lots of direct questions.
Calls these rations. Does she expect the Roparu to subsist on garbage?
Going to go through the lore first for the community. Who's ACG again, Duncan? I mean, I quite like Jim Sterling. He doesn't really take any nonsense. Is there an answer that would please you? Oh yeah, you're right, it's awful. Tekka who swallows and diverts his gaze away from the pile. End dialogue. a few of my own. I'm working on a few of my own apps. Project Gotham Racing 4. What else? On a Roll.
Indeed.
Kickstarter, Steam get a rollerblading game, and a bunch of educational games done here in done in Belgium primarily, that won't have been heard of in the mainstream sort of gaming world. They're not on Steam and stuff. They were done as part of government contracts. He's a YouTuber. He gets quite the acclaim for his work.
Of course.
Half-eaten food scraps litter the pile. A rancid stench arises from it. Oh, Jesus, man, that's awful. So, how come the sudden interest, gamer, Mr. PK? What's your background? What do you play? What are you into? Do you think Overseer Hittinga will come for us? Oh, they're obviously all scared of him. Okay, so this is people just hanging around on these scraps. Right, it's certainly clearly changing, what's his name's outlook. Alright, that's the west exit. It's quiet now downstairs. I hate this guessing game. No worries effects. Well, I say no worries. Sorry, that's not not what I meant. Yeah, just let things stay calm for a while. Damn it, you're right, but I can't. Oh, fuck's sake. With me knowing something is up, I'll feel the tension, and god damn it. You know what I mean, that emotional connection stuff. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, Effects. This is the hard part. Just sort of stay strong and try and let things calm down, because they're probably quite aware that it was heard. And just give it time and go. Once you're ready, go and ask about it yourself. When you're old, you think children will ask you to tell stories? Well, yeah, I'm good at telling stories, so I expect... The damp, musky drift billows up from the chasm. I'm quite passable at telling the story, so yeah, I hope they will.
I say Beha did right leaving the Gullet. She went and did what she needed.
Good.
I'll miss Beer and her ilk. It's too quiet without them. May they go find fortune.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Let's see, Thelus's. So we can get straight back to Pitley's sanctuary. There wasn't too much. That was the arrows and exit. Okay, so it's just the arrows left and Pitley's place. We've done a quick lap there. Let's fast forward and it to here. I'm a 30-something-year-old white British man who enjoys asking random questions of streamers. I'm exactly the same, except I don't ask. I tend to stream directly, but I'm a 30-something-year-old British guy. As you could probably tell from the accent. But yes, I do sincerely hope one of those old Grandpa Simpson kind of scenarios where it's like, oh, an old man's talking, let's hear him. Ah, Pitley. If we had Jyoti in the party, maybe that would have been the right pick for this particular situation, but... Right, what have we got here? There's the flasks are empty, but for the crusty residue of used up medicine. Ah, here we are. The woman bends over a pile of dried, bitter-smelling herbs. She's crushing and mashing them on a dirty scrap of parchment, coughing with effort. She steps in front of you to block your way, wiping a ragged sleeve across her rheumy, bloodshot eyes. And now this is a genuine... dedicated healer, person of good works. I have very sucky broadbands. I tend to watch Twitch exclusively on my phone at 360p. Well, I sincerely appreciate you going to the effort, hanging out here and watching some of the stream despite said broadband issues. That's very decent of you. Thank you. Oh, hang on. What's this? We have a religion stat of 2. That's probably from... Actually, probably from Krayven, my character. As she does, her hood slips, and you glimpse 3 faded stars on her forehead, the emblem of the Children of the Dawn Stars. And just as a reminder, Jyoti's faction, not to be confused with the supernatural manifestations of Aethys. The Children of the Dawn Stars are Red Seren followers of Aethys, who have travelled to the Deadfire Archipelago as migrant workers in the decades following the Saints' War. Lacking colonies of their own... Sorry, my lips are really dry. Lacking colonies of their own, Dawn Stars can often be found in the employ of the Valian Trading Company or the Royal Deadfire Company.
Got nothing here worth selling or stealing. You best be on your way.
She stifles a croupy cough. Well, my perception stats. Are you ill?
Nothing a little ginger root and some bed rest won't cure. Please, let me be.
She takes another step, blocking your view of the room beyond. The herbs on her table give off an odour that scratches your throat. So I've got out of my way or very well to leave. Perhaps there's something I can do to help, but I have a skill check. I have alchemy of 6. 4 from myself and 3 from the party assist. That's one of my character's better skills. Blood moss and cave coral. That combination clears mucus from the lungs. Someone must be very sick. I'm currently lag on my phone is so bad I'm watching at 160. Most of the screen is a blur. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope the vocals are coming through with not too much of a reduction of quality of sound. In the past, people were buried with the items they need in the afterlife. What would you want buried so you could use it with you in the afterlife? Well, I certainly there is no afterlife as far as all the evidence shows, and I certainly don't believe in it. But if it's just a pure hypothetical, like a kind of Egyptian thing, what would I want in the afterlife? You know, I'll have to give that some thought because it depends. It depends on the kind of afterlife you're going to get. Is that all you get? Is that like all you get? Whatever you have with you, take it. If it's everything you'd want to have a good and fulfilling afterlife, I'd be filling a full pyramid, like an enormous fort of all the books I'd never read, tablets and Kindles and every show and every, assuming that I lived on with the same kind of, in a spectral sense, in the same way that I kind of do now, but just for eternity. I'd also make sure I had a full subscription to galacticvision.com so I could watch everything going on in the universe or whatever. But in a more typical sense, what would I want to be buried? I was going to say so I could use it in the afterlife. I suppose it really depends on the afterlife. Is it going to be some sort of grand adventure? Like just going to Valhalla? I mean, if I had to go to Valhalla or something, I'd make sure I had a good drinking horn, a weapon, and don't know what else. Sound is glorious. Oh, well, marvellous. Thank you very much. Right, blood moss and cave coral.
Could use your skill at the Temple of Gone.
Oh dear, her chuckle, as you heard, turns into a cough.
Could use it here.
She wipes a fleck of blood from her mouth. Someone's got tuberculosis.
There's some sick Roparu in the back. Not much I can do for them now besides keep them comfortable.
She looks at the crimson speckle on her wrist.
And hidden.
Hidden?
In my village, the sick went to the other side of the mountain. Is there nowhere deeper you can flee?
Oh dear.
It's better than leaving them to wander the district. I can give them a dignified death, if nothing else.
Well, genuine question. Why are you hiding sick people?
Because they've got drowner's lung. Spreads like gossip and kills even faster.
What's drowner's lung?
A gift from the Valians.
Oh, she scowls, dabbing the room from her eyes. Classic colonial situation. So the Hoana are the local tribespeople, and much like when the colonists arrived in what would become the USA,
our community grows.
Oh, gamer Mr. PK, thank you very much for the follow. Residency to Krayven's Town is granted. Lodgings are being prepared. Please ignore the screams. And welcome to the community. Thank you for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. I bet it's some harmless arguing, but you know, Huntington, so I understand effects. I understand. Stay strong. We're right here. I'll be keeping you company with the stream for a while longer yet, mate. Yeah, so this is the first acknowledgement I've actually seen in the whole game of how the Deadfire Archipelago and its native inhabitants have been affected by this sudden influx of people looking to exploit the resources here, like the Royal Deadfire Company and the Valian Trading Company, especially the Valian Trading Company, who are a bit more mercenary about things, or so we'd be led to believe. And yeah, this is the first time. This district's the only one that's really got the Roparu in it, who are the poor caste. So they're going to be the first ones who get, like, taken out with nasty circumstances.
Fills your lungs with fluid. Gets you coughing all the time, trying to clear them. One of my patients coughed so hard, she broke a rib.
Sounds like a combination of whooping cough and something else quite nasty. But they're talking normally now. That's good. That was better. What do you think you are much better at than you actually are? Oh, what do you think you're much better at than you actually are? I have no idea, because there's a lot of things that I underestimate. I'm very self-critical as one of my big failings. It's something I talk about in therapy, actually. But if you think you're better at something than you actually are, you're by definition not going to know. It's like the oh god, I've read about this extensively, but now I'm forgetting the name of the psychological effect. It's people who the blunt reference, the rather crass reference, is people who overestimate their abilities are usually the ones who haven't got not only don't have especially good abilities, but they don't have enough self-awareness. Basically, people who are too stupid to realize that they're stupid overestimate their intelligence, because they're not intelligent enough to realize they're not that intelligent. If they were, they actually would be intelligent. And I suppose it follows that if you no, it's just a fair question, but it's like, yeah, it's impossible to answer, because if there's something I think I'm much better at than I actually am, I by definition won't realize what it is. But speaking for myself, I tend to be my own harshest critic. There's a lot of things I think I'm not especially good at, and other people have told me, at least I'm competent at certain things, but I deal with quite a lot of imposter syndrome.
Eventually, it gets so bad you can't hack it out.
Yeah, I explain that in a very inconcise and imprecise manner. It's a psychological. It's got a particular name. It's not cognitive dissonance. Oh God, it's got a name. It's a particular effect or a particular thing where if you're not smart enough to realize you're not that smart, you by definition will think you're smarter than you are. No.
You just lie there, struggling for breath, until you choke on your own phlegm. I hear it's a long, hard end.
Oh goodness, she trails off for a moment, a distant look in her watering eyes. Go on.
I heard some Roparu had gotten sick, so I brought them here to care for them. City healers don't come down here.
She frowns and gives her nose a vicious swipe.
The Roparu have no healers of their own?
Tekahu pulls at one of his long hairs, frowning. Tekahu is embarrassingly naive of the state of the Roparu. She shakes her head.
These people are laborers and fishers. Many aren't even Kahanga. Wound up here after raiders and slavers tore their own tribes apart.
She turns back to you.
Anyway, I realized what was wrong when I heard the rattle in their chests. The way they gasped for air.
She wipes the back of her hand on her leg and shudders.
Only cure is an elixir made with pine seed oil. It costs a lot, though not nearly as much as an epidemic.
Classic medical issue. The medicine costs money, but it costs far more to have poor sick people.
Still, if news of this outbreak gets out, these poor souls will get tossed into the old city. No one with any money in Nekataka spends it on the Roparu.
We've got a few options here. Okay, Mr. Gamer, and yeah, well, what you said there about FPS games since being married, not playing, that's not so much something that you think you're better at than you are. That's something you used to be good at, but you've fallen out of practice with it. So I'd say that's a very different set of circumstances. Dunning-Kruger, thank you. God, that's a perfect example. Of course, it's a Dunning-Kruger effect is what I was after. Yeah, cheers. I've encountered that so many times. It's often thrown around as an insult by people who are suffering from its effects. All right, well, Mr. Gamer PK, take care of yourself, and hopefully you get done sorted what you need to from the missus. If I'm not on when you come back, if you come back, I will be on again tomorrow doing Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues for part of Mellow Out Monday. Thanks so much for joining the community and coming in with some questions and staying active in the chat. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a good evening. Let's see now. Option 1, I see. Is there any way to get a cure? Option 2, it's kind of you to help them. I wish I could do something. Option 3, there's good reason for that. If the disease spreads, it could kill many more. 4, you should have warned me. 5, I hope they toss you in for spreading plague, you idiot. That's cruel. I'll just go, I see. Is there any way to get a cure?
You can get nearly anything on Delver's Row. Only trouble is finding it. And paying for it.
I have to admit, if someone's trying to use black market medicine for sick poor people, I might just steal it.
Unfortunately, the children of the Dawnstars don't have many connections in this part of town.
She turns away, whooping and hacking into her arm. We got a new quest there, something about medicine.
But I bet you could find someone at the tavern who knows where Delver's Row is.
Already did.
Criminal types like to wet their throats after a long day of lying, cheating, and stealing.
She chuckles herself into another coughing fit. I was told you may be able to help with the food shortage in the Gullet.
We tried, but the one way is prize share, meaning anything we give these people has to go through the palace.
Well, that's idiotic.
Kara, it is for the Ranga and the Mataru to feed the tribe.
Yeah, but they don't. We just went to a rubbish pile where they're all living.
Best I can tell, our food went to the Queen's table, assuming it didn't rot in the storehouse first.
Oh, two options. Would you provide the supplies if the Principi agreed to smuggle them to the Roparu? Or one, if the Queen sanctioned more shares for the Roparu, would the Dawnstars donate crops again? One benefits the Principi, but it could, well, firstly, the Principi would take their cut off the top, smuggling it as pirates. I mean, I'm only working alongside the Principi as far as it doesn't impact other relationships I have. There's only because they're the first faction I met. And then if the Queen sanctioned more shares for the Roparu, would the Dawnstars donate crops again? Alright, well I might be able to talk to her. Her thin lips worry together, but she nods.
That's a question for Samhain.
Who's Samhain?
I'd ask her myself, but I got my hands full here.
When in doubt, Krayven it out. I'ma stop worrying. I'm craving some Krayven and ready to engage in a chill session. Fuck it. Krayven it out. If I come across as someone who doesn't worry, that's incredible, because I've spent years dealing with quite noticeable anxiety. It's gotten better in the last 3 years with all my sessions, but thanks, Effects. And yeah, that sounds like a very prudent plan. Just easier said than done. It will rattle around the old noggin. But if you need to vent, or if it feels like it's becoming a struggle to not go down there and go, what the hell? Vent away here, vent away in the clinic, chat amongst your friends in the community, man. Which is all of us. Who is Saywin?
She's High Priestess at the Temple of Gone.
Oh, that's who.
Tell her Pitney sent you. She'll listen. Probably.
Okay.
Need something?
What interest do the children of the Dawnstars have in the Gullet? Sorry, folks. I've had 10 hours sleep in 48 hours, in 2.5 days, actually.
About the only honest one.
Okay.
The Roparu here are treated like garbage. Even made to eat garbage from that scrap heap opposite the lift.
She shakes her head.
Not that I need to tell you.
Nope.
And Dario and his Principe scum took advantage of the neglect down here to set up the black market on Delver's Row.
Dario, yeah, can I get more info on him from someone from your side of things?
He runs most of the criminal mischief that goes on here.
Okay.
Some say he's an old Valian traditionalist. Some say he's a thug with good taste.
She holds her hands out, shifting her open palms like platforms on a scale.
Either way, I steer clear of him.
She shivers, whether out of fear or illness, you couldn't say.
All the while, the Gullet gets more crowded as tribes from the other islands come to Nekataka.
Oh dear.
Some are driven from their homes by pirates, raiders, even trading company thugs.
Her eyes darken.
Others hear stories of the foreign wealth pouring into the city. What they don't realize is most of it flows between the foreigners and the palace.
She makes a circular motion with her finger, yep. It was ever thus. Then maybe Delver's Row spread some of the wealth down here. I doubt it. So the I see. So the Dawnstars are helping out.
As best we can. Most of us came from Rayed Saris after the Vorless Plot and the Saints War. Or we were born to families that did.
Okay.
We remember what it's like to scrape by.
Her eyes stray to the stained and spotted floor for a long moment. I see.
Some days, I think maybe this is why Aethys brought us to Deadfire. So we can do some good. Other days, I'm too damn tired.
She arches her back, popping her spine. Alright, so quite a few little addendums there to, and a new quest. So there was something about hunger, some trade secrets, honored guests. Where's it gone? Dim prospects, just regular quests. Christ. Darkens, thank you so much for the 75 biddies, my dude. Once again, I really appreciate that. It's really kind indeed. Faces, I have a method to sort of shut down and go to my own place. I turn to music, art, or gaming. But seeing as it's close to midnight and people want to sleep lull, I'm a draw and vent my emotions out in my artwork. That is very prudent. A very, very nice idea. Very productive as well. It will engage a lot of parts of your brain that, to concentrate on things, and then just you got my background soporific tones for the other side of the brain, or the other parts of it. Right, so the Cornet's Call. This is this mysterious figure in the Narrows. The Storms of Poker. Harsh medicine. Go to Delver's Row and the Gullet to see if I can find his medicine for this drowner's lung. Where was that food? Ah, food for thought. Yeah, oh wow, this is already updated quite a lot. Pitley explained to her High Priestess. Okay, and that's Temple of Gorn, where we'd have to head back there. Oh, it was Meriel the Mad, not Mirana the Mad. It was a different pirate called So-and-so the Mad that Enoe was referring to previously. Oh, we got a hunt on. We've got a hunt on. I'm in. Well, we're going to kick the plated dust viper's ass, that's for sure. Right, let's see the rest of this place. Definitely not going to steal anything from this lady. She's a good person. Scrawled prayers, some in Huana's script, are stashed in the shrine. Was anyone here actually able to... Feverish Roparu, ailing Roparu, feverish Roparu, and ailing Roparu.
Happily.
A bitter-smelling sludge fills the cups. Oh, good lord. Blessed incense. Oh, nice. That gives buffs to your additional, your secondary stats, and that didn't count as theft, which is good. All right, we got quite a lot there from her. Let's just have a look at the map. Yeah. I put the because honestly the amount the donations apart from the very first one by OmniShift in the first week, we haven't had any.
The gods
until...
chiseled you from lumber and dragonbone.
Whom?
I'll take that, at least as far as my head's concerned.
We hadn't had any new ones until this weekend, so I put the call a little bit further afield amongst some former colleagues of mine and around Facebook and that, and a few people really came through and we got to our first $100, and then today Piney just matched what we already had, so in the space of one weekend we've gone from $5 to $200, which is incredible, which is really, really good. So yeah, I'm very happy about that indeed, and thank you one and all of you, whether you're lurking and just hanging or however you've gotten engaged with that. Is really, really nice, because it's been my very first charity effort of any kind. Not that I've done, obviously I've done Retro Block Party, but I've always been involved in a larger thing where I'm doing something that's part of a charity channel or a charity group. This is obviously also part of a larger push by Humble Bundle that's raised a ton of money, but it's just being done on my channel as opposed to me taking part in someone else's thing on their channel like I do with Retro Block Party. So the fact we've actually raised now a respectable sum of money from it is however it's been done is really encouraging. I'm very, very glad for it. Let's head to the Narrows. You enter a dim alleyway that reeks of urine and torch smoke. Yeah, Duncan, I'm really happy. Oh, right. This is why it said to remember the way we're going. So we've got a couple of options. We can follow the pathway that the woman told us, that hooded figure, to go and make a friend. Or we can go straight right and straight ahead to a merchant's stall. I think we'll do the merchant's stall first. So the chatter and bustle of the gullet continues behind you. So we'll take our first right. So go right. You trudge along the darkened passage and reach an intersection. The tunnel branches off to the right. You hear the distant murmur of voices down the darkened path, but see no one. So go forward. And here's the merchant stall. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewellery. The path ahead continues. Alright, with streetwise and in perception, inspect the merchant stall. Oh, it's a watcher only check. Alright. Thankfully, my perception of the watcher's perception is pretty good. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk. Necklaces strung with fish bones and shoe buckles, and bracelets made with shards of broken glass. Bloody hell, I wouldn't want to wear one of those. But the curtain sways and flaps as if stirred by a draught. You twitch it aside and discover a secret passageway. Right, on your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewellery. The path continues ahead. Go through the curtain behind the merchant stall. That's the way to Delver's Row. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one is watching. Then you slip behind the curtain and into another passageway. Half a second, folks. Oh, hello. You're walking along when several hooded figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast. You gotta pay a toll if you want to visit Delver's Row. Options now. I can attack them, I can turn around, pay 50 copper pans just this once, fuck off. Diplomacy. Good folk. Open markets are vital to a healthy economy. Would you turn away a paying customer? Or bluff, lie. Last time I came through, there was a man with a scar. I paid him. Let's see, I'm going to try this. I've got very good diplomacy. Good folk. They look at each other and shrug. Ha. Okay. I've got a decent bluff. Well, last time I came through, I don't know if that's going to work after I tried diplomacy. There was a man with a scar, I paid him. They shrug and stand aside. Good. Right. You continue on, and the rough stone changes to smooth cobbles under your feet. Wan lamplight shivers overhead, as yellow and tremulous as fear itself. Before you is a narrow cavern that rises with the shadows and echoes with the music of jingling coins. Enter Delver's Row. Right, what's this place going to be like? Hopefully from here on out I'll be able to take a shortcut in and out of Delver's Row as I see fit, and then I should take the other path to find that other guy. Find this mysterious character who we're supposed to say, tell them Dario sent you, kind of thing. Before Stay Hydrated bot shouts at me. Oh, we did alright there. Sorry on the delay there, folks. Addendum added. Trade secrets. Enter Delver's Row. We hear footsteps. Someone approaching. Cloaked elf. Right. Quest updated. Harsh medicine. Task completed. Delver's Row. Jolly good. Okay. I've located Delver's Row, but I still don't know how the black market is supplied. Showing the prince's medallion to any of the merchants could offer me a lead to more information. Dario the Lean sounds like the authority in Delver's Row. Getting closer to him might help me understand how the black market functions. Alright, well we're here. So let's see what we can see. What's the size of this place? Oh, substantial. And there's something here called the Spindle Man. Right, let's see what we've got. Interesting place. I mean, can we just sort of come and go as we see fit round here? Cutthroat, thug, pirate, thug. Couple of street merchants. Most of this stuff counts as stealing. And who the hell are you? Roparu.
Looking for something to sharpen the senses? To help you leave your sorrows behind? I got what you need.
Oh, street merchant, as in drug dealer. Let's see what you've got. Coral snuff, mouth char, svev, taru chew. What's the high end? What's the good shit? What's gonna get me fucked up? Alright. He's got a few items, nothing particularly interesting though. Hey! Tutsaka. Woke up today at 3 PM and ended up being really tired and went back to sleep. It's 8 PM now and just woke up and it's 11 PM. My brain really wants to fuck with my sleep. Kill them all! Now we're in the black market. Took some trouble to getting here, so I'm not going to do spectacular. Welcome on in, Tsutako again. Well, glad you've had a little bit of nap, but I hope you're not going to be up all night. Several paintings look identical, down to the signatures copied in the corners. Ah, right, so we've got some nice painting forgery going on. Furtive whispers and footsteps rise from the lower streets. This reminds me of the Golgari faction in Magic the Gathering Arena, like these creepy, twisted undercities and whatnot. Rust. And who the hell is Rust? Oh. A figure in the shadows looks up at your approach, pursing his lips together in a crooked line.
Think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row.
1, nonsense. I go where I please. 2, actually the smell of this shithole reminds me of home. It doesn't. My place is nice. The name's Krayven.
I know who you are. I make it my bag to keep my eyes on the new fish that end up in the gullet.
Oh my god, this looks... I got a friend, he's a streamer friend, a DJ Mule. This portrait, I'm gonna have to print screen that. Wrong one. How do you do it on? Is it? There we go. Just make sure I'll do another one just to make sure I didn't have a cursor over that. Literally, if DJ had hair and he had that hairstyle, that portrait just looks like him. That's freaky, man. Cool. New fish, mate. Don't talk to me like that.
You're the type of scab that bores me. Feel free to piss off.
Go fuck yourself, cunt. Go where I damn well like. The narrow alley leads to a dead end. With a furrowed brow, he glares at you but says nothing. Looking for a cure to Drowner's lung.
Keep your rotten ass away from me, Langer.
He takes a step back from you. Oh.
You want to talk to a Valian that goes by her Netso? He runs a shop down the street, here in the row. Don't tell him I sent you. And don't say I never did you any favours.
Please yourself. Alright, sweet. Well, that was actually quite handy. Even if he is a gobby shite. Looks like Arya from Game of Thrones with beard and taking meth. That's a pretty good shout, actually. Yeah. What was the free city she was in, where she ends up going to the House of Black and White? The actual name of the the Valar Morgullis sort of city place. What's that? Okay, apparently you can go around the regular city and pick up stuff off the street, but if you pick stuff off the street in Delver's Row, it's theft. Who the hell are you? A Valian pirate. You haven't leveled up for a while.
You are looking for something, Nico? Perhaps I have it.
Drunk guards. What have we got around here? Ah, a Netso. Right, that's all locked. That's the guy we were after. That we're just told to go and speak to about a cure for harsh medicine. Let's just... Where's harsh medicine? What did it say we actually need? The medicine... Okay, it doesn't actually specify what it is. Can't remember.
Ernezzo has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises.
The man chuckles. He peers at you through half-moon spectacles. His face is hidden behind a thick but well-groomed beard, and his eyes constantly dart between you and the doorway.
Ah, but you are the one the Roparu speak of. They are most fond of you, but not so discreet.
He waggles a finger. They speak so highly of me already? Bravos, thank you, absolutely. He turns to Tekahu.
Ah, another young water mage. Come, see Ernezzo's wares. You must spend that extra coin on something.
He winks. Ha.
Forgive me. Do we know each other?
I could see. It seems not. The mistake is mine.
His grin recedes into his beard. He turns back to you.
But how did you hear about this place? Wait, no. Do not tell me. Sometimes it is better not to know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not about to tell you. I'll agree with you there.
There's something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
He leans in. Oh, I've got 3 things. I need medicine for Drowner's lung, first off.
Eh? I hope you are not ill. But never mind. If the Mataru come asking, I will not tell.
Yeah, for the right price, you absolutely would. He winks and taps his lower lip, backing away from you just a little.
But Drowner's lung is very serious, very deadly.
He clucks and shakes his head.
The cure is not cheap, but how can one put a price on good health?
You literally have put a price on good health, you colossal pain ass. He grins marvelously and waggles 8 fingers on the countertop before you. Oh, he's well chuffed with this turn of events.
If the price seems high, there is a certain little favor you could do for me instead.
He raises his eyebrows hopefully. What, 800 copper pans? Tell me about this little favor. 3, you're not really my type. Or 4, out with it already. You know what? Considering he's such a clearly mercenary bastard, I feel like giving him a little bit of shit. You're not really my type.
No, Amico. This is not what I mean.
Good. That ruffled his feathers a little bit. He clears his throat and loosens his collar. His face darkens.
There is a certain merchant here who needs to not be here.
He draws a finger across his throat. Go on.
This merchant runs a shop at the end of the street. People know it as the Spindleman.
Right, I actually had to head that way anyway.
If you get rid of it, then I will give you the medicine.
He nods, his spectacles flashing in the candlelight.
Hold on, not so fast. Do they call him that because he carries a spindle, or because he's got spindly legs?
Oh, this is interesting. What? He studiously ignores a dare. What do you know about the Spindleman?
Merla, it is a dangerous pest.
He crosses his arms and shudders.
When it dug its lair, it did not even ask permission of their... of the boss.
Dario.
I assume this boss of yours has got a name?
You've been in the party the whole time, idiot. It's Dario. Stop making me look stupid, Maya. Maya crosses her arms. Nezo says nothing. Is that all? He shakes his head.
They say it is a mind reader. We in Delves Row are simple folk. Quiet folk.
Oh, I bet it's a Vithrak. It's like one of those like a telepathic spider creatures. There was a lot, like I said earlier. We saw what the very first one was here in out in the Gullet proper, and there was whole colonies of them in the Deerwood.
It does not do to have a mind reader nosing among us. You understand me, yes?
He inclines his head towards you. The thing is, the Vithrak were generally pretty hostile, but some of them were quite reasonable. They had their own culture and people, and they're not innately evil creatures. I need supplies.
Of
Let me see what
course.
you've got.
Only do not tell anyone where you got them.
Really? Of course not. Alright. Oh, the standard of his stuff is mostly fine or exceptional. Meh. What's this? The Red Hands. An exceptional two-handed arquebus for a lot of money for something that's only exceptional. The Garari Cuirass. Legendary, now we're talking. 10% of incoming hits converted to grazes. Garari Skin, +1 armor, well, gets +5 armor rating. For base armor rating of 10, initiative 20%, and then an additional 5 armor rating for light armor. Oh, maybe it's just 5, but then it gets an additional 5 for being legendary. Oh, cool. Though now extinct, the giant lizards known as Garari once roamed the many islands of the Deadfire. They were fast, powerful, and cunning predators, hated amongst kith for their tendency to kill domestic goats and pigs if given half a chance. They sound like Komodo dragons. When foreign colonists arrived in the archipelago, many local governors placed an open bounty on any Garari, and the creatures were soon hunted to oblivion. Now rare, due to a lack of available material, hardened Garari leather armor such as this is quite desirable, as it is tough and naturally flexible. Alright, so it's got a couple of useful things, and the rest of it's tat.
Come on, let's get a drink of firmness.
It's early. We'll go when it's dark.
Fine. I don't know how you tell down here.
That literally sounds like oh, we got a quest update there. A little Jack Sparrow, or just a regular. He's just drunk. I just need to go and get a drink because it's been a little while, and you know, just one little drink, just a josh, maybe two, three tops, two and a nightcap, just a little drink. That typical sort of drunken, not quite common, not quite posh British accent that you sometimes get. That was a really good version of it. I quite liked it. Oh, interesting. Netzo promised to give me the medicine if I kill the Spindleman, another Delver's Row merchant. I also noticed some of Netzo's gang leave his shop at night to go drink. It will be lightly guarded then. So I got the option to just steal the medicine from this guy, which is tempting. He's a black marketeer. Oh, also I can show the medallion to him. That was the last thing I was going to do.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
Show the medallion. Actually, I was wondering if you were interested in buying.
A moment.
He raises a lens to his eye and appraises the medallion, turning it to inspect its edge.
This is a rare treasure, one for which certain people would pay a small fortune. I must ask, how did you come by this?
He lowers the lens and frowns at you. Oh shit, I don't quite have... I've only got 3 streetwise, needed 5 there. And 3 intimidation. Damn, if it dare just leveled up. Let's see. Attack. Forget the medallion, I'm here for your head. Lie. I saw a beggar trying to pawn it for Sveth and I promptly relieved him of it. The better question is how... the prince gave it to me, he knows about your little operation here. The better question is how illegal goods fell into the wrong hands. I shouldn't have asked this soon. I should have seen if I'd leveled up by doing some quests and I could get my intimidation check to 4. Better question is how illegal goods fell into the wrong hands. Because the wrong hands doesn't necessarily mean away from honest people, but I'm not going to give away that it was the prince.
Indeed. I wonder this myself. A hull is only as secure as its planks.
He folds his hands and looks at you over the top of his spectacles.
Which is why I'm most eager to know how you acquired it.
I saw a beggar trying to pawn it for Sveth and promptly relieved him of it.
Then you have quick eyes and quick hands. But who might want this old thing?
He turns the medallion in his hands, frowning at you in thought.
You might speak with Dereo the Lean. He would be interested to know that such goods are drifting.
I didn't like having to lie there, but I was not about to give away the whole prince thing right away, and I spoke to him too soon, so I got to kind of commit to the decision. I should have gone around and maybe given myself more options in that dialogue. I believe he's already sent for me.
Good. Tell him that I will keep this safe for him.
He tucks a medallion into his pocket and pats it. You've lost an item in your envoy's badge.
Was there any other business you wish to discuss?
Not right now, thank you. Okay. So that's trade secrets. Damn, he ended up keeping the medallion. Right, I might be able to drop him in the ship. Okay, what we got here? So, oh, Emanuai's swords and shields. Enerat's leathers and goods. Ah, okay. This grizzled old Almor woman looks like she's been left in the sun to dry. Her skin is so worn and weathered, it's hard to tell if her wrinkles, her wrinkles from her scars.
You need a blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor. Umani has what you seek.
The old woman gives you a grin that multiplies the wrinkles in her face. I'm looking for medicine to cure Drowner's lung. Hopefully that dude's not the only one.
Then you blunt your teeth talking to me. Go and see Ernezo. His shop is just across the way.
Cheap point, damn it. Alright, show me what you've got.
Old Umani
Show me what you
tested
got.
in the hands and throats of the fiercest sorts in the Gullet.
Uh-huh.
Never will you find a better selection.
Let's see what you got. Some passable stuff. The Undying Burden grants second winds, +1 athletics, grit. Incoming weapon damage is reduced as health is lost. Oh wow, that would be an amazing tank. And +2 constitution. That is a legit tanking belt. That is a serious tanking belt. Second wind, athletics, +2 con, and damage reduction as health goes down. Adair could just wear that, man. And Revu's Fractured Cask. Immortal Will. It grants Immortal Will. What does that do? Cannot be interrupted. The wearer is immune to interrupts while they carry one or more injuries. Interesting. Oh, that sucks. That means you have to keep someone injured the whole time. Okay, let's read the flavor text, a little bit of flavor text. This helmet once belonged to a Huana barbarian, known throughout the archipelago as Rekvu, dread of invaders. Local legend holds that Rekvu appeared only when her force's situation was at its most dire. Rekvu often sustained injuries in battle that would have killed any other warrior, and yet she never died. Near the end of her life, Rekvu was pulled into battle once again, this time against a horde of Eoten unleashed on a quiet mining village by an opportunistic noble from a distant nation. An Eoten wielding a monstrous greatsword caught Rekvu unawares in the thick of fighting and slammed her blade into Rekvu's head. Rekvu dashed the blood from her eyes and leapt on the Eoten, knocking him to the ground. With one great swing of her axe, Rekvu severed both of the Eoten's heads. When the remaining Eotens were slain and the invading noble's body was quartered and given to the sea, Rekvu dashed the blood from her eyes and pulled off her cracked helmet, only to discover that the Eoten's attack had cleaved her ear clean off. Damn. That Undying Burden's well tidy though. Quickly speed back this way. Make sure we've done the bottom side of it where things seem quasi-legitimate. Okay, and you, Enerat. What do you got? Is that theft, theft, and more theft? So can't touch them. An Orlan woman stands over a table laden with herbs and spices. She mixes them without looking at her work, pausing now and then to raise a sprig or file to her nose. You realise she is blind.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Or perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe you seek something with a stronger bite.
She swivels her ears, but her cloudy eyes do not find you. Ah, I'm looking for medicine to cure Drowner's lung. Maybe she'll do any better?
Then you'd best ask elsewhere.
She leans close and lowers her voice.
But careful. If the Mataru overseer hears there's a sickness, might be he has more questions for you.
She raises her brows over sightless eyes. What do you sell?
Food, of course, and supplies for the road. Though most here come to me for poisons and venoms. I have
supplies.
Plenty, though, if you're buying poison.
Ooh, Delver's stew. Oh, it's crap. A mystery stew and a local favourite of the denizens of Delver's Row. It is difficult to determine if the solid bits are pork, fish, potatoes, or perhaps some sort of previously undiscovered species. If locals are to be believed, the mystery is part of the dish's charm. It has a musty off smell. Lovely. Alright, so straight up. What's this? Razor gill dust. I never used poisons in the first game. They're not that great. They weren't that great. They seem maybe a bit more valid here in turn-based play. Okay. So that's the bottom side. That's a dead end. Oh, that's what's his name's little back room. So what's up this way? What I want to do is clear things out, clear out more of the map, and then move over to where the Vithrak, well, where this Spindleman is. Right, who are these? So various thugs and other reprobates,
Back
denizens.
up. No shops this way, stranger.
Oh dear, addendum added food for thought. The thug holds up surprisingly smooth hands, stepping in front of you.
What are you doing up here?
He hisses at Tekahu, looking him over. Oh.
Akira, to survey the local, established...
Tekahu thinks better of saying anything and closes his mouth.
Well, get downstairs before anyone sees you.
He tips his head and moves out of Tekahu's way. Passing you an uncertain glance, Tekahu takes a hesitant step forward. Where does this... Yeah, what about me?
What about you?
He looks you up and down, then turns his attention back to Tekahu.
Hold a moment. I'd remember that face.
He squints at Tekahu, nodding slowly. Ah, shit.
You do not have a tongue for compliments, I say.
Huh.
You don't belong down here.
He taps his long nails against the hilt of his weapon. Ah, shit, I should have just let him go. Just let my friend go down, we can wait.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, it is.
Explain your business or turn around. I've had enough games for one day.
How do I get permission to pass?
That's up to Dario.
And what are you guarding?
You think I'm standing here so I can tell you about it? Come on, go.
He flicks his fingers in a shooing motion. His nails shine in the torchline. Bastard. Right, so some sort of... That was an update to the hunger... Oh god, why is that chugging along when I was doing that? Okay, so we've got this hunger doodad. So trade secrets... What was that other one? Food for thought. Here we go. I encountered some thugs guarding a lift in Delver's Row. It might be the route Ulog used to ferry food to the Roparu and the Gullet. Ah, okay. That's, what do we got here? Algol. Oh, it's another little floof. Some poor panda doggo. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And the Spindle Man is this way, apparently. Oh, fuck me. An ogre. Yeah, totally called it. It's a Vithrak, a crystal-eating spiderling, a cloaked elf. Okay. And some seriously heavy-duty ogre bodyguards. Why the hell was... The thing is now, this was the only part of the map that was highlighted when we first arrived. Some say an entire city hides under this one. How many secrets it must hold. Alright.
What did you find, Ishi?
Maya has discovered something. Where? What did she find? What did she find? I can't see. Where's something glowing in purple? Maya's discovered something. It's not showing up. It's not. Oh, that's really frustrating. What if I go real sneaky, like, even though I'm literally in front of them and they can see me? Ishi spotted something. And normally when you get secret things like that, they bring them up in purple. Innocuous is blue, dangerous is red, purple is secret. Nothing is coming up in purple. That's very odd. Alright, Spindle Man.
What is this kith creature?
You mean godlike? The Spindle Man. The Vithrak cocks its head and focuses its many eyes on you. Its strange companions also stare at you with unnatural intensity, casually keeping a giant spider as pet. This is a dinky one though. Taka. That crystal spiderling is small. The full-size ones are about like half the size of this room.
Alright, I'll go first. Is it true some of your kind are covered in soft fur that feels good to pet?
Adair just loves all the animals. One of the Vithrak's eyes shifts towards Adair. After a moment, it shifts back to you.
What secrets does it bring?
You feel a gentle scratching in your head. Another voice speaks directly into your mind. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the Vithrak can just read minds. Oh yeah, they're tons of fun.
Let us see. Let us see.
The Vithrak clicks its claws together in delight. I didn't give you permission, dickhead.
Keep your other eye open, Cap. A fork probing ain't much to worry over, but I'll be a two-headed ogre if that's the only trick up them silk sleeves.
Seraphin scrutinizes the Vithrak. Of course, Seraphin can do mental guards and stuff. The Vithrak's attention turns to Tekahu, who abruptly winces.
No prize secrets in this one. Not like the others with the water sense.
Uh-huh.
Their minds carry secrets of a damp cave, a hateful glare beneath a stagnant pool, a dead woman's regret.
The Vithrak rolled its eyes back in ecstasy. Tekahu, this mean anything to you? What the fuck's he talking about?
Gibberish. The floating spider had best explain itself.
Actually, that one's not floating. He's standing on regular legs. The Vithrak do normally float with their own power.
Kith hoard many secrets. The best ones they bury deep in their cities, behind mighty walls.
Oh dear.
But what secrets fill your mind?
The Vithrak turns its hungry attentions back to you. Oh, what's this? Cipher. If I was a cipher, I could stop him. Let's see. What secrets do you want? Get out or I'll end you. I don't want you in my head. Go ahead. I've nothing to hide. Nothing. Let's talk instead. Why don't you ask me what you want to know? I mean, he can barely speak, but yeah, just ask me instead.
The language of tongues is a dull, tedious thing.
It snaps its mandibles together.
Why ask when you can see for yourself?
'Cause I might smash you around the head. The Vithrak reaches further into your mind. plucking and picking at your memories. Damn it, this is not what I intended to happen.
A watcher, the deerwood, the warm seas of the dead fire.
Okay, I'll wait.
A death, a life, a wide sea, stirred by storms and pirates and...
Aethys's giant glowing head surfaces in your mind.
Ah, a wonderful secret.
You hear the Vithrak clack and rub its mandibles together. It reminds you of a glutton licking its lips. Will you tell me a secret?
Yes. You have been generous with us.
The ogres nod slowly.
There is a place below the slums, old, cold, and abandoned, where the city swallows those it wishes forgotten.
I already know this, that isn't a secret.
But this place was once part of the city. So was its temple, a site holy to the goddess of distant, forgotten things.
Rudica? No. Skane is a god. Oh, Barath? The creature's probing psyche traces a question in your mind. Its strange companions stand perfectly still, waiting. What are you doing in the gullet?
We dig. There are many mines here with many secrets, many depths with even more.
A city under a city.
Uh-huh.
Another in the ruins.
It teems with young secrets.
Oh, goodness me.
Rivalries and betrayals. We seek the older secrets, buried deeper and carved on weathered stone. Your friends, the broken down creatures of this place, they know the old secrets. They know, but they do not tell me.
Well, that's here interesting. Why can't you just get in their heads? Your snooping has upset some of the neighbours. It chitters in disgust. The elf gnashes her teeth.
His is a small mind, with small concerns. What do you care for him?
The elf abruptly falls silent, her mouth still hanging open. Wait, what? The Vithrak drops her mind like a toy it has grown bored with. It turns its attention to yours. You can feel it shuffling through your thoughts as though it were turning pages in a book. Let's see. Images arise in your mind. Memories. You see Pitli stifling her coughs as she tells you about the drowner's lung medicine. And you see Anetso. Seraphim, get this creature out of my head. I can muster my willpower against a Vithrak. Yeah, I don't like this. I've got the skills for it. You push the Vithrak out, and your mind clears for one blissful moment. Then the creature squirms past your defenses and renews its invasion. Damn it.
Let us see. Let us see.
The Vithrak. It sees you in Anetso's shop talking to the merchant. You ask about the drowner's lung medicine and Anetso begins to answer. You know what? If this one ends up dealing with Anetso, I get the medicine for free and I get my medallion back and I don't owe that guy anything. So I'm going to let the Vithrak explore my thoughts as he chitters with interest. It continues pushing into your memory, gentle but determined. Your conversation with Anetso plays out. Let's see how this goes. He tells you about the Spindleman, offers the medicine to you in exchange for killing him. The Vithrak eases out of your mind.
What is your business with the cellar woman?
Its eyes twitch with curiosity. Its associates stare at you, unblinking. Cellar woman?
The one who calls herself Ernesto.
It waves a claw in impatience, a gesture that's mirrored by one of the ogres. Yeah, Netzo's a man.
As you say, we discern no difference.
It's a Netzo with Z's.
What is this droning sound? You have a fly in your teeth?
Ha! Its mandibles jerk with interest. Onetso wants me to kill you in exchange for a rare medicine. I'll just tell him the truth. He's already seen it.
Yes, this Ernesto speaks little to us, but her thoughts say much. We know she plots against us.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not care about Ernesto, only the medicine.
True.
Let us tell you an excellent secret.
I like this engagement, it's quite cool. It nearly dances with excitement, tapping its curved claws together. The elf sways and claps softly, right? He clearly has a load of them under his spell.
There is a hidden entrance to her storeroom.
Oh, its eyes flash and flicker.
Follow the wooden catwalk east of her shop. This is where she moves supplies in secret for Dario.
Why tell me this?
We want to see you betray Ernesto with her own secret. Take the medicine you desire.
It sidles closer. The ogre and the elf also take a couple steps forward, their eyes blank and expressions still.
If you also exterminate her, then we can sell you special things at special prices.
It's never just a straight up, yeah, you know what, screw her over this way. If you want to kill her back, go right ahead. Its mouth parts clack and tap with glee.
Though the other seller women and seller men might think angry thoughts of you then.
Fair enough. What do you know about a Netzo with some Zs?
She fears us, fears that we will gather and scatter her secrets. Ernesto sells many things to common people, but also to powerful criminals who command many.
Oh.
This is why her shop has a secret entrance. Follow the wooden
you already told me this.
East of her shop. This is where she moves supplies in secret for Dario.
Alright, fine. Well, what I'm thinking there is I meet Dario, or I get close to him. I get access to the catwalk next to the shop. I go in and get the medicine for free. And maybe sort out everything I need to at Delver's Row, and then if there's nothing to be gained by having Dario still be alive, not Dario, this Netzo, or if it ends up in a situation where I have no choice but to kill it, I'll kill Netzo. I'll get at least the benefit of the stuff from the Mithrax store. So he's got like a Sisyphos stone. He's got some more reasonably priced stuff. There's a Xandathus' Dragonscale Grimoire, Spindleman's Grimoire, Secret Pull of Eora. So right, he's like a full-on magic shop. Ring of Regeneration. There's only 1 health restored per round. White Witch Mask. Okay, so he's got some like more reasonably priced stuff for around my level, which is only level 7. I still got like 9 levels to go before I'm maxed out.
I'd be glad to.
There we go. Just realized I haven't done a proper save in a bit. But that will have to wait for another day, as we are past time here, folks.